I agree, manufactotum. I think the arguing semantics by saying like, oh, the Earth's not flat, there's mountains. I think is it's like it's trying to be different, but you're not.
It's dumb. That's what it
yeah,
is.
you're just
It's
annoying
dumb.
other people.
I don't think anybody's making a semantic argument. There is the synonym argument, but I mean, that's not what we're talking about, is it? Or maybe it is.
It's just bad semantics. That's all it is.
Bad semantics. Like not using the correct term to describe
Yeah,
something.
but you think you're like different somehow, right?
I'm
Like,
not.
you have the same
No.
view. You're just
making
annoying
statements.
people with the word.
Can we get to this picture?
Are you angry?
There's a picture.
No, please, let's get to the picture.
Yeah, there's a picture. Go on, do you want to post it again?
Yeah, sure. Tell me what you were trying to do here. That's what,
See,
that's what we're here for.
The picture was the one that got taken from an auto level. And that was because Ranty was going to go up Winter Hill. Because there was a big challenge, right? Ranty, Ruhif, all of the guys, they had a challenge about taking a picture from Winter Hill with an auto level of something 90 miles away. So we said what we can do is we can take 3 pictures of Blackpool Tower from 3 different elevations. Now we could do that, and we did. So we took 3 different pictures of Blackpool Tower on the same day from 3 different elevations. Now the challenge was for Ranty to go up Winter Hill and perform the similar thing, because they said, give us a prediction. And I said, I'll give you a prediction that Ranty won't do it. So that's why I did. I took the picture. And then since then, somebody's put a fucking load of words all over it. It's a mess. Put thanks Bev on it. What does that mean? Like, you tell us all of those words and everything that somebody else has put over the top of it. Tell us what it all means.
It's interesting.
Go on. Tell us what it means, or have you just been handed it from a guy called Jesse Gordon? Because I think it's him that wrote all of that stuff over the top of it. He's the guy that did all of the writing. So what did he tell you all of that stuff means when he gave it to you?
Oh, I don't know that guy, that's for sure.
What did he tell you? What did they tell you when they gave you that picture? What do all of the letters and words mean?
Oh, when I got sent the image, it was just that the only tagline underneath was "Bev got mogged." That's
okay. Explain that then.
It's just mogging, mogging.
Go on, explain it. Explain how us taking that picture was a mogging, because it looks like somebody wrote a load of words all over it. Can you explain? Because I bet there's a lot of people that don't understand what that means. It just looks like a mess.
Wait, so Jerry, when you said that Bev had a reason for taking that photo, I thought you meant like he had a different view of what he took a photo of, not just that he did it as a challenge.
Yeah.
Bev's here. Ask him.
Yeah. It's for you to figure out.
We were asked to take a picture of Blackpool Tower, because there was a load of predictions being made about what people would see when Ranty went up Winter Hill with an auto level to take a picture of the mountains? Isle of Man. The Isle of Man behind Blackpool Tower. That's what they were doing. So I took a load of pictures to show that you don't use auto levels like that. And you know that crosshairs in that picture? Can you verify anything about them? You were just given the picture with a tagline, Bev was mogged. Because they have a habit of doing this. They have a habit of putting thanks Bev on the actual practical things that we do. But nobody actually knows why people do that. Any reasoning behind it.
Triggered.
It's like personal issues to me.
It's a triggering.
Something with no explanation and no understanding, just to try and trigger someone.
Why? I mean, why is that? Why is there an eye level pointing to a line? What does that mean? Why did somebody do that? Is that Yui? Yui, it's your picture, right?
Yeah.
So why is there a eye level with an arrow pointing to a line?
I'm at work, Bev.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a break.
Your picture, you posted it. You wanted some sort of an explanation. I just want to know
We'll talk about
all of
it
this
when I'm
extra
on my
stuff
break.
that you've put on it.
If you're still here in 2 hours, we'll talk about it on my break.
Log out, you do one if you're not at work.
I want to listen.
He sounded like a.
Well, shut up then.
He sounded like a child. I want to listen. Like, it was funny.
So
I don't
can
mean
we
to
get
call
from
you.
this, Huey, that you don't know anything about why anybody's posted this picture and put loads of added information? Makes it look like a mess. And
What
it
a
does say
child.
calibrated and like big spiky things. What does that mean? Does that mean that the tool's got a calibration certificate? Does that mean that the tool's been set up? Can anybody verify that the tool was set up correctly? Or was it just to take a picture through it?
You know what's interesting, Bev? I was watching this one Glober. He was streaming live on YouTube, and he was
We streamed
taking
this live
measurements.
when we went to do it in Discord.
So there was this Glober, and he was taking measurements across like this like a lake,
There's no
right?
measurements been taken in this. Don't
And
false equivocation here. This is just a picture that was taken through an
no,
auto
no,
level.
let me finish, Bev. I'm just hear my story, bro. Like, if you don't want to hear me talk, then I'll just fucking mute myself. That's fine. But just let me tell you it. I'm telling you a story. A Glober he set up his theodolite, okay, and he had a rod at the end of the lake, on the other side of the lake. And then what he did was all he was doing was grabbing the angle, right? He just wanted to measure the angle because that's the way he was going to prove that the earth is curving away from his feet. Okay. So, but the problem though is that when he set it up, he shows the camera like showing that it's level, okay? But the reality is that it wasn't perfectly level. And I think a lot of Globers that go out and do these tests and they use this equipment, they don't understand that, like, when that little air bubble is within that black circle, like, it could be all the way up, like, to the left or to the right, or maybe even forwards or backwards in their mind. And they think that's perfectly level and they're good. But they don't realize that the goal is to get that air bubble in the center of that black circle, because then that way, when you're shooting out a long distance, let's say it was a little bit
Have you
to
ever
the
done
left
any
or a little bit
surveying?
far. What was that?
Have you ever done any surveying? Have you ever set up a theodolite?
Yeah, yeah. Come on, Bev. Of course, dude. Are you fucking kidding me right now?
So
Okay,
are you a
so but
surveyor? Oh yeah, I
no,
remember.
no,
Yeah, you were
no, no,
telling
no,
everybody
no.
you were the surveyor. I
No, I
remember.
wasn't telling everybody else. Come on, Bev. Why are you lying now? Now you're lying. I didn't say I was a surveyor. I said I use surveyor equipment because I'm an iron worker, and we do transfer benchmarks, and we do have to shoot shots when we're shooting, for elevations and making sure we're on our points
An auto level
according
then.
to.
You don't do elevations with
No, 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 no,
theodolites,
no,
do you?
no,
You should know
no,
that.
no, no, you do actually. See, this, Bev, this is where I know that you don't know what you're talking about. So when you're shooting, you're checking your elevations, but you use a theodolite and you're transferring a benchmark, Bev. See, this is how
That's
sometimes I
auto
know even
levels.
flat earthers. No, it was no, Bev.
Total
See, Bev.
stations.
No, bro. See,
Theodolites measure
Bev.
angles.
Bev. Oh my God, Bev. This is how I know. See, this is why you get destroyed by even your own side, because
What do you
you're
mean my
saying
own
things
side?
that you're
Look,
saying things that
there
aren't even accurate.
is no surveyors in this arena. And that's what we're
That's
talking
false.
about. We're talking about
That's false.
professional surveyors.
But that's a false statement because there's like 3 of them over in that other server, and they are
In
actual
which other
professional
server?
career. Over in Gems.
In Gems.
Yeah, yeah. There's the guy that I had to fucking school and correct because what he was doing is what they'll do is they'll use what they've read and they bring it to the table as absolute truth. But then when you really
So
get to
they've never
talking to
actually
them,
done any surveying.
no, come on, Beb, dude, you are so you're like this, and I see why people get frustrated with you because you say things that are just they're
I can see
lies,
why
they're
people get
blatant lies.
frustrated with you because we're talking about a picture of something that we actually did. We put
And the
a
thing,
camera
okay,
on an auto
you
level.
asked,
We've taken that
okay,
to Bedford. We've gone to the beach. We've done
you
all
asked,
sorts of things by putting the
okay,
camera on the level.
okay. And then you asked, how do we know if it was set up or not
No,
correctly?
you appear
And
to
then
be
I,
talking shit. I was just clarifying that you're not a
okay,
surveyor either.
okay, 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 okay,
And then you
Bev,
cited somebody at Gems, 3 people at Gem Pandas as
Bev.
surveyors.
You said, okay, Bev, are you done? Are you fucking done now?
I
Can
just
I
wait
talk
for
now?
everybody's clear now that
Are you
Apocryphon
done,
has
Bev?
cited 3 actual surveyors. So let's talk to them about it.
You know, fuck off, Bev. You're a fucking piece of shit asshole, bro. Now I think you're just a wrench. You're a wrench thrower. You try to fuck up conversations with your bullshit
Just trying to get
semantics, bro.
clarity, dude.
You're the one. You're the one that said that. How do we know if this equipment was set up properly?
Yeah, I
And
was
all I
talking
was.
to Yui. How does
Can I fucking
Yui
finish?
know?
Can I finish? Can I finish? God damn it, bro! If I was a mod, I'd mute your ass a long time ago. Shut the fuck up, Bev. I'm talking.
Somebody get this man some
All
mod powers.
all I was doing was saying that I was watching this YouTuber, some global YouTuber, and he was setting up his equipment, and he set it up wrong. But because he set it up wrong, it gave him a different angle of the way he was measuring, even though it's very, very like it's minuscule, it's very small, but it will represent a change and a degree off. You know, it may, even though it's so small from where you're standing, if you shot over
Degrees a
two
lot.
miles, that degree will increase quite much because so now you're no longer just a
What
degree
increase from
off.
a degree?
No. But the measurement of it, though.
What measurement?
Okay,
The
okay. The
opposite side
physical
to the angle.
okay. Let me give it. Let me give an example,
Okay.
Bev. Let's say you measured that 1 degree. Let's say it made a quarter inch difference. Okay, because you're that 1 degree off represented a quarter inch that was
Where
20 feet away from you. Okay,
what
but hear
20
me out.
feet at 1
Hold on.
degree at
Here,
20
hold
feet
on.
is a quarter
Hold on.
inch. You've never done any of this before, have you?
Look, I'm just throwing out a number. It's arbitrary, dude. Are you
Yeah,
fucking
but I mean, you
retarded?
could have put a more
I'm give.
realistic number to it.
Okay. Let's say 1/16th. Is that better for you? Is one
What,
thirty
over
second
20
better for you?
feet? Or how far? Like you just
Yeah,
put in,
yeah.
you're
Yeah.
putting,
Let's say.
you're putting a
Listen.
distance, a
Bev.
height
Listen.
to the
You're fucking
opposite
retarded, bro.
side of an angle.
Bev. Just listen to me, okay? Listen to me,
Ruhif
okay?
taught you this trick.
Let's get the fuck
Or
out of here, dude.
maybe
And fuck
Alberuni.
Ruhed.
I don't know. It's a progression from
Let's say, Bev.
Alberuni, obviously.
Bev, let's say you're 40 feet away from me, okay? And in my measurement, it's only 1 degree off, okay?
That would be a
That we're
measurement,
taking the
wouldn't it?
measurement.
That 40
Okay,
feet.
okay. And that
For
is a
fuck's
measurement,
sake,
Bev.
this is fucking painstaking. Fuck's
That is
sake,
a
man.
measurement, Bev. It is a measurement. You're right. It's a fucking measurement. Now, can you shut the fuck up?
Hmm.
Okay. So if you take that that measured difference from because of that 1 degree. Now, if you go 100 yards away,
You may as well just measured
that
it on the vertical datum, right?
all right, I'm done with you, bro. You're a fucking piece of shit, Bev. Goodbye.
See you later. Thanks for coming.
No, I'm gonna stay here, but I'm gonna disengage because you're just a total piece of shit, bro.
But
Like
you measured the 40 feet.
you are doing
Why can't you measure the vertical
and
height
what
too?
does that do? But we could, Bev. See, this is where you're
We
fucking
do.
retarded.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
actually do
I know we
measure
do.
that vertical change.
No, Bev. You don't do anything.
What do you mean?
You're just saying words. You're just saying words right now. You're not doing anything right now. You're just talking. You're not doing anything right now but
You
talking.
might have seen me holding the measuring
See how
rod,
I
so
could be a
other
dick as
people
well?
can make
See how I
those
could be a dick as
measurements
well?
on the vertical
Yeah,
data.
yeah. You're not measuring anything right now, Bev. You're sitting in your fucking underwear right now doing nothing, Bev. See, I could be a dick too. You're not doing anything, Bev. You're just in your basement right now, your mom's basement. I could be a dick too. See, we could just talk
Yeah,
words
you'd
and
be
say you don't
wrong,
do
though,
anything,
like
Bev.
on every
You're
one of
not.
those counts.
Oh, just like you are. Just like
No,
you
I
are.
would
So
say
at least
that
you
you
admit that.
could measure that vertical distance.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And we
And I'm
do.
saying we do,
We
yeah.
do.
Yeah.
And at work we do. Yeah, that's why
But why are
you
you
have
talking
a
about an
measuring
angle of
rod.
1 degree then? What are you talking about?
If you couldn't grasp what I was saying, then I don't know what the fuck to tell you, Bev. Then you're just as bad as a Glober. What I was
You're
saying
trying to
is that
paint a
1
picture.
degree change.
Yeah.
What I was saying was 1 degree change in a short distance, 1 degree change. If you go way, way far away from you, that 1 degree now will be a measured vertical. You will be much larger than when you started from when you're way closer, because that's the way it works, Bev.
Yeah, you'd
If you
actually
don't
have to
understand that,
measure
I
it.
don't tell you.
And people
Yeah,
could
I
see that
agree.
through
I
measurement.
agree. I
Yeah.
agree. You're right. It's through measurement.
But you
Yes.
wouldn't measure
But
the
the
1
point.
degree changing. You'd
Oh
actually
my.
measure the vertical change, the
Oh my
vertical
God, bro.
distance changing, wouldn't you?
You're literally like the point went over your head. The point that I was making was that the Glober set up the instrument wrong and then tried to claim a certain change in degree in angle. Okay, but even though he set up its equipment wrong,
Yeah, there's
so all of
videos of it out there. The Globe Hero surveyors actually setting their tools up wrong.
yeah, I know,
Yeah.
and they're fucking retarded. All I was saying was I was agreeing because you said, "How do we know if that equipment's set up right?" All I did was say,
No,
"Hey,
I was
I have
saying
a
to
story for that."
Yui, how does Yui, that picture that somebody's handed him, that somebody else has put a load of writing all over, I'm saying to Yui, how does Yui know anything about that picture at all other than the tagline, Bev got mogged, whatever that means?
I guarantee you, because of how off that is, I guarantee you,
How
not
do
only
you
do
know
they
it's
not
off?
know what the, I guarantee you that no matter how they set it up, they're still misrepresenting exactly what they're seeing and why they're seeing it like that. I guarantee that. They could they have all these elevations and distances, everything that they have, but at
Got a
the end
load
of
of
the day,
numbers wrote on it, hasn't it?
right. But at the end of the day, they're literally misrepresenting what
Yeah.
actually they're seeing and why they see it. They even put they even have a curve horizon too. Look at these people. They're fucking crazy.
In
Look how
that
small
picture?
that Earth is, by the way. Yeah, look how small the Earth is in that
Yeah, it's
picture.
because it's through
Look,
optics, isn't it? It's an optical auto level that's taking the picture. And the eyepiece is well, I don't know, about 5 mil, something like that. And the camera is on that. And anything above or below the crosshairs will also have barrel distortion through the lens, as seen in that picture. But the question was to Yui, where's all of those numbers come from? Like, what are they? What does he assume that somebody handed him that picture with Bev's mogged as a tagline? But what does he get out of it? What do people actually see when they see that picture? Thanks, Bev. Like, what does it mean? What are they thanking me for? Taking the picture when Ranty didn't take it picture? Or being the only person to actually put a camera on the back of an auto level to show people exactly what it looks like whenever somebody does actually do this stuff. Because you won't get that from Jesse Kozlowski or the guy who probably doesn't live in Maine. That's just a front for the place he pretended to work at.
I do have a question for Yui. Yui, why
No,
on
I'm working. Leave me alone.
what? No, I'm just gonna ask a question. On the Stadia, why do you have the observer elevation, but then you put also the observer? Like, why are you putting on the Stadia that also equals the same observer elevation?
He doesn't know
He
anything
doesn't know.
about it. He
Oh,
knows
okay.
nothing about
This
this.
This
Oh,
this
okay.
sums up the whole thing as I see, because I mean earlier talking to Yui the Lesser, so they have a little bit of backbiting with each other, but he was Peter the Great last time I saw him. And then he was caught, the video was posted, of him conspiring with a load of other guys to bring a sophist's argument to this room and just engage people and waste their time for as long as possible. Argue. That's what he said was proven, right, in the video. And then he was here again being entertained, to waste people's time. And then there's Yui, who also has a little vendetta going on. And he lobs this picture into the arena, knows fuck all about it, because it serves a purpose to him, to create
Funny.
division. And
Division amongst
Yui's a
who, though?
grass. Yui's
Division
a
amongst
grass.
who?
And I wouldn't ever speak to that guy ever again.
Well, on the
Because he
grass?
can't exist in my reality. And when the reality I was talking about earlier, about the flat bit, that was what I was interested in. I was interested in moving on in the argument, in the discovering of something, the truth of something, much as we possibly could in our lifetime. And there's these guys just chucking shit in the middle, and people are entertaining them and arguing amongst themselves and getting stuck in models and doesn't want to go anywhere. So that's what I see. You can yawn. Yeah. But don't forget, Dewey is not to be trusted.
Yeah, don't trust me. I might just laughing.
Says the guy that argues for 20 minutes about flat. Yeah.
Yeah, about mountains.
I was looking
Flattened
just for
mountains. Oh,
some
those mountains.
confirmation of that in my reality, which you didn't want to explain to me. That's all. You didn't want to. You said I mustn't speak, like a lot of people tell me. If you say those words, you're not allowed to speak. Well, if that's truth, if that's finding the truth, if this is the journey, then so be it.
I didn't
But
say
you
you
won't
weren't allowed
change
to
my
speak. I was
reality.
trying to
Yeah,
get
you
you to
did.
answer a
Somebody
question, and you
muted
wouldn't.
me.
Are you speaking
Somebody,
over the
did you
top of
mute?
me again?
Yeah, fuck you. Did you
Speaking
mute
over the
me
top of
then?
me again?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Okay.
What did you just
You've
say?
got the power of mute. You just do that.
Yeah, but
Just
I'm
so
not
you
muting
can't go
you, am I?
anywhere.
But I'm
Well,
not
who
muting
did
you,
you
am
mute?
I?
Did you mute me earlier?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, but I'm not
Because
muting
my
you now.
reality somehow, my reality has no meaning to you at all. Doesn't have to. I was just asking questions from my reality. I'm not here to
Okay,
fuss
I
about
came in
or
because you were
argue
annoying me because I had to ask you
because I
if
said
plumb
something you
bobs
didn't
are
want to answer.
So are you going to talk over the top of me, or are we going to have a conversation?
Carry
So
on.
I asked you if plumb bobs are parallel to each other. You agreed. Yeah.
Yeah.
I asked if water levels are the same all over the Earth. Well, let's do a spirit level
I don't think
then.
so.
All right.
Don't
Spirit
think
levels
so.
aren't okay. They're not. So where does the
Yeah, well, there you go.
parallel change? Where does the parallel change?
What parallel? All horizontals are parallel to each other, and all verticals that
Yeah.
are perpendicular to the
Okay.
horizontals are
So
parallel. That's
if a
it.
spirit level is not the same all over the Earth, if you hold it level is level, then when does it change?
Well, you can establish a level at any point you stand
You're
on the
not. You're
Earth.
doing it. You're not
It doesn't
answering the
mean that's
question.
the flat
You're just
baseline, does
talking
it?
around in circles.
No, I'm just going to the heart of my question.
Okay. So I asked you a question. Are spirit levels the same level all over the Earth?
Well, they'll be parallel to another level that may be above or below it.
Oh my God. See? You wonder why I
Well,
was getting frustrated.
what I'm trying to get to is that Bokrafon said the Earth was at the bottom of the jacuzzi. I said the Earth was when I stepped out of the jacuzzi. So if the picture that was given that the Earth is at the bottom of the ocean, then is the baseline below the sea? Or is it mean
But
sea level
did
where I meant to see it?
did you
Or is it
understand his
halfway up the
example though?
mountain with my builder's level? Where is it? That's the
Did you
question.
understand his example though? Could you relate to what he was talking about, the leaf floating
Yeah,
on top
and
of the
what did
water?
I say? I asked, so is the flat baseline beneath the sea, in the earth beneath the sea then? Is that what
I
you're
said
saying?
no. I said no. And the reason why, because I told you, we don't go off of the base of the ocean.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
for
But if
instance,
you could,
I said
as
we
you
go
raised,
off the top of it. That's where the
yeah,
water's
so
at.
as you raise out of the water
No,
to
we
reach
can't
for your
though.
champagne,
We
as
can't
you
do
get
that
out
though.
of the water to reach for your champagne in the jacuzzi
Uh-huh.
is not flat, is it? The
Oh,
top
don't
where
say
the
the piss,
champagne
mate.
is
See now
not
you're
the
just
flat
being
earth.
No,
dumb,
no,
man.
no, no, no,
Now
no,
you're
no.
Stop
being
But
dumb.
It's
taking
an
the piss,
elevation.
mate.
no, but hold
It's
on
an
though. But
elevation change from the water, like you
Stop
would
but
if you
taking
got
the
out of the
piss.
sea and
hey,
walked on the earth.
hey,
Sort
hey,
your
but
Yeah,
neck out.
hold on though.
Sort your
That's
neck
why
out.
I muted him before one deck, and now he's wondering why I muted him.
He's a
Hey,
fucking
It's
but
not
idiot.
a valid question.
Yeah,
hold on
he
though.
is.
Listen,
Erdebev.
mate, you've got a lot of fucking wondering to do. You've got a lot of questions. Go home and read a fucking book.
Hey,
Stop
You're
coming
the
on here
one
trying to be
who's
annoying.
talking about having the answers, though. You measured
Er,
it flat.
Yeah, well,
That's
Erde,
your
yeah, so
key.
fucking what? So what?
Well, tell me
Erdebev.
how you did that. Tell me how you did that.
No, I
I'll
don't
tell
want
you
to
how
talk to you. You're a fucking moron.
laser
That's all I
tests
ever
over
get.
a lake.
It's like
Laser
ad
tests.
homs whenever I
Okay,
ask a
stop.
question about
Stop,
something.
and I'll tell you. Laser tests over a lake. Same
Okay, and then they're
elevation,
going to
right?
bring
But
refraction. Now, what are you going to do with the refraction? Now, go on.
yeah, it's already calculated into the laser test. We
Yeah,
tested
whose
for
refraction
refraction.
was that then?
Yeah, we tested for it.
Whose
So
refraction?
we actually did a physical test for it.
Where'd you get that refraction measurement from?
Oh, so now you're arguing that it's not the same elevation on each side of the lake?
Well, with a laser, you couldn't be sure. That's not a very
Okay,
good
so can you
tool to establish a
okay
horizontal, is it?
okay if that's not a good tool to establish a horizontal, then what is?
Water level might do that better.
So
Well, would do
water
that
is
better.
level. I just said that, and you said water is not level.
Well, it depends what water you're talking about.
Oh, you're a fucking
Yeah,
idiot. See, you're
What
a
water are
fucking
you
idiot,
talking
man.
about?
water at rest.
Fuck off.
Water at rest, you could say so.
I'm gonna mute you again, man. You're a
That's not what
fucking
type.
moron.
That's not what type of water, is it?
Oh, you don't want me to. All right.
Well, where does that level enter the earth? That's what I'm
Yeah, right.
interested in.
Listen, you know you've got a problem with the word flat. We know this.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's it. Well, I'm trying to find
So
that. I'm told
it's
it's
level
there,
Earth.
Well,
Level
don't
Earth.
use
but
the
I
word
don't see
flat
it in my
anymore.
reality.
Right. Well,
Yeah,
don't
but
use it then.
you do. You
Yeah.
all do, though.
No, don't you
Okay.
use it
So
then.
level.
Use,
Is it
The
level
earth
Earth
is
then?
measured flat. Hashtag, isn't it?
Okay. Is it level? Is it level Earth then? Is that what we're going to call it?
No idea. You
Are we
could
going to call it
establish
water
level and a
level Earth? Does it
horizontal.
really matter? Does it really matter what it's called, or is it
It
the
does, because if
argument
I
and
was,
the
as
input?
I'm walking
If you let
along,
me
I could
finish my
imagine.
sentence, man, I'll explain my sentence. All right.
Right.
So, does it really matter what we call it, or is it the information provided to show that the Earth is level that's important?
It makes a massive difference to my reality
Can you just
and what I
answer
can
my question,
imagine or
man?
perceive.
Hey,
Well, it
dude,
doesn't
answer the
matter. You can
question.
so
call it
Is it
flat or you can call
the
it a
guy,
globe, but I don't think it's
exactly?
either.
So,
the
is it
guy's
the
saying
information? Is
his
it the
reality
information that?
changes depending on what words are being
It's
used. For fuck's
reality.
Yeah,
sake.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. So,
I
is it
think
the
if that was easy to
information?
describe,
Is it the information that's provided that's important, or something that it's called?
no, I just think if it was easy to describe, you would have described it to
You're
me, and
not
you
going to
haven't.
answer it again, are you? You're not going to answer it again.
You can call it what you like, but it's
Exactly.
neither
So
of
it's the
those things in my
information. So it's
reality.
the
Well,
That's the
stop.
thing.
information.
If we can
It's
call
the
it what we like, why are you
information.
getting upset about it all?
Because
Okay.
I don't see the flat in my reality or the globe.
Well, go to a
Right.
different server then.
Right. Well, that's fine. Great. We're good on you,
I
mate.
thought this.
Good on you.
I thought this was the
Great.
journey.
Excellent.
Yeah, but you're
Excellent
arguing
combo.
about a word that not about the meaning of it.
No reality.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Well, go
Reality.
to the reality server then.
I thought this was it.
No, this is you want to go to the semantics debate channel. That's where you want to find yourself.
If you're not understanding that when someone says that Earth is flat, and what they really are saying, that it's not a oblate spheroid that we've been told. If you
I get
can't
that.
if you can't just stop there and be like, okay, cool, like, okay, I get it,
No, I
right?
don't want to stop there. You want
Well,
me to stop
that
there, and I don't want to stop there
well
because
it
it's not real for me.
okay. So then if you are stuck in the
I'm
fact
not stuck.
that
I'm
if
just
well
I'm
you
just on
kind
a
of
journey.
sound stuck. Okay, if you're on a journey, but your journey is now throwing wrenches into the conversations that are trying to teach people about the lies because you want to focus on, hey, there's hills and valleys, bro. Why are we fucking saying flat? Well, if you
That's
want to
the
be
thing.
there, If you want to be there, then maybe go take your journey somewhere where you're not throwing wrenches into the conversations because you're stopping them. You are literally hindering the really good conversations I should be
Yeah,
having.
let's just test the room, right? Let's just test the room. Is there any globe earther or flat earther in this room who thinks
Shouting from the cell
there
upstairs,
isn't
okay,
who
into the
thinks
general population
thinks
now.
who thinks there isn't elevation change? Speak now. Oh, well, I guess your time here is useless, right? Nobody disagrees with you. There's elevation change. Call it a day. Stop
So
arguing. Your
it's
semantics are boring.
definitely not flat then, right?
Well, it's just call it.
Exactly.
Think of it as a noun. Think of it as a noun.
I thought I thought he was working, that guy.
Yeah, he is.
Think of it as a noun.
He's on
I
a
am at
break.
work, yeah.
He's just gone to the toilet.
Yeah, my poo break. I'll spend my poo break arguing.
It's just a convenient excuse, isn't it, for you to use "I'm at work" when you can't answer questions. Stops you from having to say,
Well,
"I can't answer that."
And it was Yui who threw this picture in the room to fuck people up.
I don't know what.
Yeah,
I don't know what
now
the
he's
unemployed
trying to
life looks like,
separate
Bev,
people.
but-
Now I can't talk about reality.
Oh no, I don't know what the unemployed life looks like for you, Bev. But
We're all
whatever
agreed.
it is, it's not what I can relate to.
We're all agreed. I'm a carer. Thank you very much. We're all agreed that elevation changes make it not flat, right? Measured elevation changes, and not with angles. Actual measurements on the
Think of flat
vertical
earth
data.
as a noun. Think of it as a noun, Bev. Just think of it like that.
I mean, couldn't you argue that flat is it's
Think of
having
an
no
oxymoron as a noun.
listen, it's a level
sure,
surface.
Are
It's a level
are
surface.
you sticking up for Yui now, one deck? Or
A noun could be whatever. A noun could be
They do.
whatever. It's
They
just a name.
support Yui.
Having
They
a level
support you
surface.
for anybody else.
Listen. Having a level surface without raised areas or indentations. So we've talked about sea level. We know that alters the actual level, but it's still level and flat. The
goes up and
dictionary says
down.
flat. Yeah. So flat
Like the
is
surveyor said, he calls it vertical.
having a level surface. It's having a level surface. So the ocean
Calls it
is
level,
called sea level.
vertical because it
It's
goes
got
up
a
and
level
down.
surface. Yeah, it's got a mean level surface.
Wait, let me ask a question, Bev. Do you think a butterfly is a problematic noun because butter doesn't fly?
No, that's the name of something. Are you calling it?
Oh, yeah. I'm saying take it as a noun. Just take it as a name.
Okay.
That's a good point.
Brilliant.
That's a good way to
It's a
look at
nice
it.
shift of the argument, like a true sophist. Well done.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't an argument. It was more of like a perspective, reflection.
Yeah, you're telling
right?
me to take what I consider an oxymoron as a noun, and now you're trying to use a butterfly to justify your case. It's
Butter doesn't fly. Butter doesn't fly.
That's a good point.
Right?
Yeah, and the Earth's not flat
Butter doesn't fly
because it's measured, not
Just get
flat.
a grip. Your semantics are boring. They're
Hey,
boring.
I think this started earlier because Erber was saying about somebody claiming that the Earth was measured flat.
I just want to say that was really brilliant. That's so true. It can't be a butterfly because butter doesn't fly. It can't be flat because it's highs and lows. That was a great fucking that was great. Whoever said that was brilliant. Yeah, it's if you're being that hyper specific, on the word, then you're gonna miss the trees through the forest.
Yeah, I mean, you guys agree. Bev, you agree with, as far as I'm aware, the meat of everything that's been said on the flat earth side. You just have this weird fetish for talking about the word flat.
Yeah, talking about what isn't, right? The Earth is not flat, measured so. We just find it weird when people say that it is measured flat, because it's obviously measured not flat.
Well, you just say, Bev, it's measured horizontally and level, and then you'll be happy.
No, but it's measured on the vertical datum, actually measured.
Well, just say,
with like a ruler,
well, you just keep
an
you
actual
just use
measurement.
That then. Right, well, you just use that when you're explaining things. Then we'll understand what you mean.
Yeah, I do. When I say The Earth is measured not flat. That is in direct contradiction to what flat Earthers are now saying, isn't it?
We will understand what you mean. We will take on board.
Somebody said that flat Earthers started saying measured flat because I said it's measured not flat. I mean, is that right? Yeah. Could that be possibly true?
Don't worry, I don't know, mate. But if you don't want to use the word flat, just don't use it.
I don't.
Good.
Yeah.
Nice one.
If I change the names of lots of things, it seems, channels and everything because of it somehow.
And then what you use what word you want as well, mate. If you want to use vertical datums or level or mean level, just be happy with yourself.
Mean
now you
level?
Want to explain?
What are you talking about?
Yes. What do you mean, mate? What
are you talking about? The mean Earth flatness?
No, I was talking about sea level and wording that you prefer to use for yourself.
Yeah. So we know that we have to measure mean on the sea level because it goes up and down.
And flats has a level surface
on the vertical datum, right? And then we reference everything else on the land, what I call the Earth, that land bit, to that, and it either has an elevation change, doesn't it?
I think we did have a conversation once on here. I don't know if you was there, Bev, but we was discussing whether water is actually Earth.
Yeah, it's not. Water's water.
So it's not classed as Earth.
Nah. You don't class water as Earth, do you?
Well, I don't know. I'm just trying to determine what is water part of Earth? Is it Earth? Or is it separate
the
from
Earth is the land, and the water is separate measured from that.
So if water is level and flat means level surface, is the water flat?
No, because it has waves. It goes up and down. We need to have a mean because it's not flat.
So is the mean sea level flat?
The mean is an average on the vertical datum. It's an established point on a vertical datum.
Level. And it's level, isn't it?
The mean...
Yeah.
The mean of all of the levels are averaged on the vertical datum. It's a point on a vertical datum.
Right. Fantastic. I agree with you.
And it being a point, it has no shape. It has no surfaces. It's just a point on a vertical datum.
Yeah. But we definitely don't live on a globe. We all know that, apart from a couple of people in it.
Most of the people in reality live on what they consider to be the real globe, because they relate reality that they see to this word that gets bounded around. People call it globe. That's just what you have an image in your head. Everybody has it. Even you.
We don't measure the globe, though, do we?
It's just an image in your head.
That's and then vertical datum, you're not measuring any globe Earth, are you?
Vertical datum is within reality. The globe, the imagined overall picture that you have in your head, that's in your head.
But in reality, then vertical datums, what are they measuring? What's the purpose of them?
They're measuring the elevation changes of the land.
Right, based off what?
Based off the mean that we just established on the vertical datum.
Right, okay. So we've got no sort of globe measurement, have we yet?
Well, if you consider the globe, like most surveyors would, to be reality, then they measure it, yeah. That's exactly what they measure. Reality.
So they're measuring a globe from a vertical datum.
They're measuring
from
reality.
Which is a sea level.
99% of people associate that reality to globe.
But it's not reality if you're using a level to measure. So
What's
you're not
not
using
reality?
a globe, are you? Well, the globe isn't if you're using a level mean sea level.
Definition of globe. is something that somebody imagines is reality. So they make their own image in their own minds. There's only one reality.
And that's what I meant when I said being very careful to use those same parameters to measure this other model that was being presented.
I mean, if you look in the dictionary, I mean, I'm just saying because I just looked at it.
You're painting a picture for me. And I
Globe.
either accept it or I don't.
Oh, don't be doing
The globe.
semantics. Huey will be having a go at you.
I learned not to accept these things just offhand. I only have reality now to measure anything in my life, not somebody else's pictures or claims or demands or ability to shut you down if they don't want to hear what your reality might be. That's all. I don't see the flat bit. That's what I'm investigating now. To
It beats you
understand
though when you
something about my own picture I'll paint for myself, not what you're going to paint for me or anybody else. I could let go of the globe. I still got some subconscious globe stuff going on within me that were planted there when I was a kid.
Let
and
it
in
go,
other
baby.
things.
Let it go.
Yeah, everybody's doing it, but now you've got a flat one instead.
Just put the leaf on the river. There's the globe. Let it flow away.
And I don't. Yeah, but it's the same with the flat. It's just another model being painted in your head. You imagine it.
Can we separate
Trying to
the
stick to
dogmatic
reality.
globe from the real globe? Just so we know that there's a difference. Whoa.
I mean, if you look in the Oxford English Dictionary and look at bloody globe definition, it says Earth. For Christ's sake. What sort of picture that's painting for everybody,
that would be
especially the children?
Like you would be talking about a flat globe then, right?
Bev, you all you're doing is just making anyone listening more confused.
No,
You're saying globe.
Clarity.
You're saying globe is reality. You're saying reality is a globe.
Reality is reality.
Okay, but
you
but
can
you're then
associate
but then
whatever
you're
word you want to reality.
Hold on, Bev. But you said okay. But then you said 99% of people are measuring a globe. You said that.
No,
because
I
you're
didn't
saying
say that.
because yes, you did. Rewind it. You
99% of people look around and they see reality as the globe.
And then you said it's globe.
I said the
Then you said they
surveyors.
measure
The surveyors, yes, when they go out, they
no
would
surveyors
make
measuring a globe.
measurements. They would make measurements in reality. Right, wait a minute, let me finish.
Okay.
If those surveyors are part of that 99% of people that associate reality with the globe, then that's what the surveyors are going to be doing. They're going to be measuring the reality that they associate with the globe.
So Bev, with that being said, is it a globe or no?
Is what a globe?
Is the Earth a globe or no? Is it an oblate spheroid
reality
hurling
is
through
reality.
space?
I don't know whether you've got a grip of what I'm doing here.
Bev.
Okay.
This is a simple answer, okay? Let me tell you what. Is that a car or a tree? Very, very simple, Bev. You say, oh, it's a tree, or oh, it's a car. Okay?
Yeah,
so now
I'd need to see what you're pointing at.
Okay, Bev, just fucking, oh my God, bro, you're worse than a child. Bev, I gave you an analogy. I said it's just as easy as if I pointed to a car and I said, Bev, is that a car or is that a tree? You would say, oh, it's a car because you're answering it. Like, it's very easy to answer that, right? So now, with that,
I don't know. I don't know the state of your mind. I don't know what
oh my God.
what you
All
call
right,
a car. I've not got a clue.
Are you fucking retarded, bro?
You could be looking at Fred Flintstone, couldn't you?
Are you retarded, bro? Are you fucking retarded? I'm being genuine right now. Are you retarded?
Absolutely. Let's say I am, yes. Please talk to me
Okay,
as
well
though
then it makes
I'm.
well then it makes sense. Then it makes sense. So I'll disengage. It makes sense. I'll just chalk it up that you're just fucking retarded and you don't get it. That's why you're here. You're like a retarded person that's talking words, but you don't understand simple concepts.
So
And like
if I
so when I
were
ask
to
a
be
question,
retarded, would
so
you
so when I
start
ask a
calling me
question,
that? Is that the
so
sort of
so so
person
when
that
I,
you are?
so when I ask a question to someone to when I ask a question to someone and like that's very very fucking straight out. Hey, is the world a globe or is it not? And then you say it's reality. That's not the fucking dude.
I
When
say,
I said is that
I
a
say it's
car
what's
or a
in
tree?
people's mind.
Okay,
The
I don't.
globe.
Okay, I don't.
It has
Okay, look
zero
at it. Look at
meaning other than what
Bev, Bev,
you
Bev,
attach
Bev,
to
Bev,
it. And
Bev.
if you attach
I,
reality to it,
Bev, Bev, I don't care what's in people's minds other than your own. I'm trying to get what does Bev think the world is? Bev, do you believe that the world is a 25,000 circumference spheroid spinning through an infinite vacuum?
the
Yes or no?
world is everything that I've ever
All right, all
experienced,
right. I'll shut the fuck up.
seen,
All
taken
right, yeah, you're
knowledge
right.
from. That's
Yeah,
all
all right.
I can
Good.
use.
Keep going.
He's not
All
committing.
right, buddy. All right,
Well,
buddy.
no, I am
Good shit.
definitely committed. I'm trying to give you as much clarity as possible. The
Nah, you're full
world
of shit,
is
Bev.
your
I'm gonna
world
disengage.
view. It's everything that you've seen, every piece of knowledge that you've taken on, because that's all you can use to process the information that you're given. You're asking me what do I consider that to be? Well, just reality. Let's discuss it.
Hey, so
That didn't
anyways,
sound too retarded to me, that's for sure.
well, because the fact is, like, if you point to an orange and an apple, a retarded
Can't
person would be
see you
like,
pointing at
a re,
anything.
a retard. See, only a retard will hear what I just said and then say, "I don't see you pointing at anything." Only a retard would do that.
Do
Oh,
you actually have an
because
orange and an apple in the room that you're
somebody.
in? Or did you
No,
just...
no.
No, you
I
don't.
just said that.
So
I
you just
just
made
said
it
that.
up, right? You're just making up an
Exactly.
idea of...
Exactly.
Well, I don't know
Exactly.
what's in your head.
Exactly. Exactly. Right. Oh my god, bro.
There you
Okay,
go.
so
There's you.
so
That's
when
where
some
your globe lives. I
okay,
don't know it.
so
Can't get there.
so, so when somebody says, "Is that an apple or an orange?" By the way, I'm not even pointing at apple and orange. I literally said when somebody says, and then you said, "Where's your apple and orange?" I don't see you pointing, motherfucker. I said when someone says. See, this is why you're not paying attention. You're not listening. All
It's
you're
just a
doing
vacuous
is sitting
statement,
there.
then, isn't it?
All you're doing is being a dick. That's all you're
Uh-huh.
doing. At the end of the day,
When
you're just
somebody
being a dick.
says all of the phones in the room are switched off, what does that mean?
That means all the phones are switched off. When somebody says
Is
it's
there any
really
phones in the
cold,
room?
okay, no,
So would it be a
it's
false statement if there was
hey
no
Bev,
phones in the room?
Hey Bev,
Or would it just be a
check it out.
vacuous statement
Hey Bev,
meaning nothing?
you are, hey Bev, you're
I've
a
got to go
waste
and
of
take the
time. You
missus
understand that?
a brew.
You're good. Please, thank you. You're a waste of time, Bev. You are fucking. I feel like telling you, hey, Bev. Guess what? Ice cream has no bones because that's about as fucking. That's the level you're at, dude. You're taking words and you're just derailing like where we should be talking about the matters here. We should be teaching people that the earth isn't a fucking globe instead of you talking about you can't fucking understand reality and globers 99% and all this other bullshit. You're wasting everyone's time. I'm actually fuck me running. I'm wasting everyone's time because I'm engaging with this motherfucker. Hey, my bad, guys. Let's talk about the reality now. I'm glad he had to take someone somewhere. Let's talk about it now. Fucking idiot. That's why Bev got fucking
But what
kicked
you're
from
trying
the
what
servers.
you're trying to present becomes somebody's reality.
Yeah. The point is that when we're taking measurements, it's clear that it's no longer a 25,000 circumference globe that we've been told we live upon. It's mathematically inaccurate. It's observably, provable that you can show like this is with observations. We're seeing something 10 times as far. You can't see that on a fucking globe that we believe it to be, that we were raised to be, to believe it to be, should I say? Dude, the evidence is there. What more do you need?
but I don't see that it's flat either.
Okay, look at
I don't see
fuck all
that.
that, dude. Listen, bro. We understand that it's not flat like a fucking quarter, bro. We understand that. Matter of fact, actually, no, it probably is like a quarter because they say like on a microscopic level, like the iron or the what is it made out of nickel, silver. This they do understand that there's ups and downs and valleys. There's highs and lows way at the microscopic level. So actually, maybe it is kind of like a quarter, but we understand
It's
though.
not like
We're
a
just
pizza,
it's
is
just
it? Is that what you're
it's,
saying?
it's just a word. It's a word that is now saying it's not a globe because it's been measured. Because when you're doing these measurements, even surveyors, even people that are using fucking all this equipment, when you're taking measurements, you're establishing a baseline. Guess what? That baseline is flat. So I don't give a fuck what you want to say about, oh, but there's a bullshit. I know there's elevation changes. We're not fucking retarded, but some people are. And what we're trying to say is that when you're establishing that fucking measurement, you're creating a baseline, because how else are you getting an elevation to begin with? You're creating a baseline of which you're going to pull an elevation from. Because if you were to walk 50 yards away from me and stand there, I'm going to have a position. You're going to have a position, and we're going to rely on the surveyors that they made sure when they made their benchmarks that this represents a horizontal line straight across over the dirt of which we're taking measurements upon. And once we establish that baseline, then we get a vertical. Then we say, okay, measure 6 feet high. Okay, that's 6 feet, 6 feet, mark it. Now we know that wherever we're at on this job site, this point right here, when it's flat, level, horizontal, whatever fucking word you want to throw in there, we know that this mark right here is going to represent 6 feet across this entire
Elevation
fucking job site.
established.
Correct.
Yeah,
Off
Elevation
of
in
a
established.
relation
baseline.
in relation to
Off
the surveyor's line,
off of a
but
baseline.
not
Yes.
the Earth.
Off of a baseline.
Yeah,
Correct.
yeah. That's what I'm trying to
But it
visualize:
was
the
but it was
baseline in
but
the
it was
Earth.
take it was taken off of the earth though, because there was a medium of zero. Because what a surveyor is doing is when
Mean.
they're dropping their a mean level, when they're dropping the benchmarks, they're basing upon sea level. So for instance, you'll go to a column and it will say 563.7. And one would say, what the fuck does that mean? Well, guess what? I know what that means. What that means is this position right here is 563.7 feet above sea level. So that means the surveyor didn't
Like a
have to run
mean.
all the
Mean
way.
sea
So
level.
then, so then
Ranty got
the
that one
surveyor
mixed up.
so then the surveyor, he didn't have to go all the way to the ocean and take a measurement and then come all the way back. What he did was there's an established, like measured zero across the entire city. And yes, it's a mean, Bev. God damn, can you just go fucking take the missus somewhere? Swear to God. So look at
Okay.
the
Listen.
across the
If the
city.
Earth is considered, you know, the flat baseline is considered where the mean sea level is on the Earth,
Do you know
then
why it's
there's
mean?
stuff hanging underneath that, isn't there?
Do you know why it's a mean?
Well,
You
because
know,
it's just taking an average. This is an average of
and
high and low tide.
the reason why
That's
is
not the
because
Earth, though, is it?
and
It's
the,
not
and
the
the
Earth.
hold on, and the reason why though, the reason why is because when the oceans are roaring and crashing in the waves, you can't actually get a fixed position because of wind, because of currents, because of the dynamic properties of our fluid waters just going in and out from the shores out to the deep ends of it. But here's the thing, though. Here's the point, though. When you have water in a level, like for the water level, right? what is it doing? It's creating a flat horizontal baseline.
Have you ever
So
used a water
once,
level?
yes, I actually have, you motherfucker.
Nice.
Have you?
Yeah, of course we have.
Okay,
So,
okay.
There's
so
not
the
many
the
people that actually
baseline is a
use them.
mean as well.
Yeah, there's certain times when you actually it's better to use them than actually using like a laser or shooting it or whatever. There's just certain times. But yeah, they are in the Connex. That's part of our instruments, our layout instrument tools, if you will. It's part of it. Go ahead.
So does the flat baseline, is that a mean as well? It kind of fluctuates with the sea like the sea does.
No, no. See, this is what you're misunderstanding, right? So, like for instance, let's say you're Christopher Columbus and you landed on North America. Okay, you thought you're in India, but you land in North America. Then years and years and
Well, the
years and
Mormons
years
got there first, apparently.
and years and years and years and years go by. Okay, now you create for where you live, right, in this new found land. You create a system to where you say, you know what, we're building things over back at home in Europe, and we know that we're gonna kind of use some of that knowledge over here when we build buildings and stuff. And then someone says, okay, well then we're gonna make this fucking mark right here. This is gonna represent 0. Okay, this is gonna represent level right here. This point from this position. That means when we go into the hills or the mountains or when we go down into the valleys, that means every position that we're going to build upon is going to be based upon this one measurement right here. Now, in our times, that's based off the Atlantic measurement. Why they didn't go off the Pacific? Because the Pacific shelf's a little higher, so it's a little off. So they just go off the Atlantic. So the mean levels actually are based off the Atlantic measurement, right? The Atlantic Ocean. But it's a standard. So what that does is that means from the East Coast to the West Coast, everybody that's going to build something is going to be based off of that 0 line. Now, if you're up in the mountains, guess what? You're still technically building off that 0 line because what you're doing is that 0 line has been transferred all the way up. And then you're going to have a surveyor. He's looking through his thing. He knows his positions, the coordinates, and he's going to say, we are 7,000 feet and 400, 7,412, feet above sea level, which means he's now created a 0 line. Way up in the mountains, he's created a horizontal because he knows that those lines are going to be parallel to one another or perpendicular to one another. Right? Do you understand that? You get it?
I get it.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure that we're all.
No, I get it. He didn't.
Who did?
Capricorn.
Oh, he did. Okay.
He didn't. He didn't
Got
say anything.
it. Got it. Maybe he's at work. I don't know. Maybe he was busy at work. But I don't know. I don't know what Glovers don't get about that. I don't know what
You,
anyone.
you simply explained the elevation profile about the sea level. That's correct. Yeah.
Absolutely. That's all, and that's all we do. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Nothing's curving away. There's
Say
no.
an
There's
elevation
when.
profile of the sea level.
That's why you have elevation profile of the bicycle route. Tour de France, Giro d'Italia, and they're going up and down, and base is 0.
Yeah,
They're
but you
basing
said an
it off the
elevation
0.
profile of the sea level.
Bev, we will read your book when you publish.
What?
We will read your book when you publish.
Yeah, but you were the one that said the elevation profile of the sea level. You said that's what you got from
No,
what Apocryphon
elevation
said.
profile of the land.
No, you said sea level.
I said
Yeah.
I
Look at.
said he properly explained the elevation profile above the sea level.
Oh, you said of the sea level.
Yeah,
Above the sea level.
but hold on though.
Elevation profile.
But hold on
I
though.
said that.
Again though. Hold on, just real quick, Bev.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he sort of misspoke, I still understood what he was saying, which is why I agreed. I knew what he meant. I knew what he was saying.
Yeah, the elevation profile shows that it's not flat.
Elevation profile is
That's the
showing that
point.
is flat. Every elevation
my
profile of
gosh.
every land, every elevation profile of any land showing that Earth is flat. The elevation of your country is showing that Earth is flat.
It shows you that
If you can make elevation profile of your country, you will realize that every point has the height, elevation profile. Only the base is 0.
Yeah, where's that though? Why don't we just dig down to the base and build everything on that? Everybody would know that it was where they were. If they dug down 40 feet, they'd find this solid.
But the base is just a
flat,
mean. It's
horizontal baseline that you could build on.
Yeah, the point behind that is like, this is why they took a position and said, this right here is our ultimate benchmark. The entire country is going to be built according to this benchmark.
Yeah.
As far as when it comes to elevation.
All of the elevations will be referenced to this one point.
Correct. And that point represented the sea level, the water, to make it all straight across, to make it all horizontal. Now, we do understand, Bev, that there's valleys and highs, right? Mountains and valleys. We understand that.
Yeah.
But
not flat.
But the point is, though, it's not a globe. Would you agree with that?
Bev, I want to say that mountains are not flat. You want to say that?
Dogmatic. Yeah. Some people have said that mountains are measured flat. Imagine that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, really? And there is flat earther saying that mountains measuring flat. Is that correct?
Yeah, Nathan Oakley. Do you want me to get you the clip?
Nathan Oakley saying that that mountains are flat.
Measured flat, yes.
Nathan Oakley
earlier said that. Yeah.
Nathan. Okay, great.
That's
I will
why
ask
we
him.
started it. One deck was saying that the Earth was measured flat.
Who else?
Nathan Oakley's got a hashtag going at the minute.
Who else? Who here is saying that mountains are measuring flat?
One deck. You say the Earth's measured flat, don't you?
Oh, the Earth measure flat.
So a mountain's not
but
Earth
again,
then.
But again, though,
that's
why.
Earth. You mean Earth because Earth is Earth.
Well, are the mountains part of Earth?
And what is Earth for you?
The land.
The land,
yes.
And not water. Not water.
Not water. Definitely not water.
No. And what water is doing on the Earth?
What?
What is water doing on the Earth then?
It's moving around, isn't it?
It's moving around. Yeah. Why it's present here?
What?
Why it's present here? Why is in reality? Why is existing?
Nobody knows that. I think it came before, didn't it?
If I cross the Atlantic Ocean, that means I didn't cross the Earth. I crossed the water. Is that correct?
Yeah, you go across water. Yes.
I across the Atlantic Ocean on
boats
where?
Travel on water.
An Atlantic Ocean. Where is that? In which galaxy it's that?
What? I don't know whether I've even been there. I can tell you where the North Sea is.
Where is location of Atlantic Ocean?
I don't know.
You don't know? Oh,
no.
Okay.
Okay.
Why are you speaking about something what you don't know?
But you were the one that brought it up. We were talking about.
Yeah, I'm saying
about the Earth being measured flat, and you went to water.
I'm saying that Atlantic Ocean. Man, you're speaking about bullshit. About words now. Like he said, like spending time. Why you don't read a book and read a book about this? Earth is earth and water is water, and finish the book and write the end.
Yeah. Well, that sounds good.
And
I agree
everybody
with you.
will.
The Earth is earth and water is water.
Yeah, that will be all, bro. And write your book and finish and publish. Can you do that for me? that everybody
Not
read, that
specifically for
everybody
me.
recognize, that everybody can recognize what is water and what is land.
Hmm. And we know that
Can you
the
do?
land is measured
Can you do?
not flat.
Can you write that book? Can you write that book and publish it? People can know, because we still don't know what is earth and what is water.
Who doesn't? I do. I think I just
I
told
don't
you.
know. I'm now learning. You are teaching me now.
I don't know. I think you seem to have got confused about what is earth and
I,
what
I
is
see that.
water.
I see that. Yeah, I see that you're correcting me now. That means that you're teaching me.
Well, if that's what you want, do you need to be
Okay, thank
taught
you
on
now.
what
Thank you.
earth is and
Thank,
what water is and
thank,
the
thank,
separation between
thank.
the two? How they're
Great,
different?
great, great. Now listen carefully. That's great. You realized, and I realized, earth is earth, water is water.
Mm-hmm.
But do you know what is cool? Do you know what is cool?
What is cool?
The cool is cool.
Leather
Yeah, cool
jacket,
is this. The cool is this
shades,
to say no. This is cool. We
little
like to
cream.
say because it's cool. Earth measures flat. That's cool, and we are saying only because it's cool, not because water is water, earth is
Oh,
earth.
right. Not because it's like factually inaccurate. You just because it's cool. It's cool to
Yeah,
be
factually,
factually
factually,
inaccurate.
factually,
To
water
spread
doesn't curve. Yeah, and
misinformation.
factually, water doesn't curve, and factually, land is not spherical. You know,
There you go.
if somebody say that Earth
I think that
measure
sums
flat,
it
and
up.
you are saying
Yeah.
land is not flat, land is also not spherical.
Mm-hmm.
It's spiraling. It's going up and down. Mountains. Some
Yeah,
one of them
elevation
they are
changes
going.
are measured.
But the but the
Yeah,
reason
cool.
why but the reason why somebody would say it's measured flat is because whenever you're taking measurements upon it, you're always establishing a zero, which would represent flat. Now,
No,
if
you're
you want
not.
to
What
like,
do you mean you're
yeah,
representing a zero?
it's being represented at a zero, or you're creating a
No,
horizontal.
you're
That's what I
measuring
mean.
elevation changes.
Okay, here, let me say it one more time,
At
okay?
no
Because I don't
point
think you
do you
understood.
ever
I
measure
don't think you
a
understood.
zero.
I don't think you understood
There's
what I
no
said.
such
Okay,
thing.
hold on, hold on. I don't think. See, this is what's wrong. First of all, Bev, have you ever built anything? Bev, have you ever built anything?
Yes.
Okay. Have you built a building before? Have you built a big, large structure that would actually deal with the elevation, the sea level elevation?
Drafted some architectural plans.
You were on a computer.
No, on the draft
Okay.
board.
Okay. So you're on a draft board and you drew something. Okay. So let me
No,
let me ask one more
I've
time.
studied
So let me.
building construction, so we did
Okay. Okay.
all of that
Okay.
sort of stuff. Yeah, so
Okay. Okay. Okay.
plans
Okay. Okay.
and yeah,
Okay. Plans. You drew it. Okay. Great.
concrete work.
Now.
Yeah,
Okay. Great. Great. Okay. So
foundations,
now.
structural
Okay. 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 So with that being said,
quantity
have you
surveying. We
ever
did.
Okay, so have you ever had to take an elevation?
Yes, in that course we did 2 years land
Okay.
surveying. Yes, I have.
Okay, okay,
I
okay, okay.
have practical experience of
Okay, okay.
the
Okay.
surveying profession.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, okay. So now let me ask you a question. When you had all that practical experience and you went out onto a job site and you started building something, have you ever seen a surveyor's benchmark on the job site?
They're
Yes or
all
no?
over the place. Yes.
Okay, okay, okay. So when you
Anyone
see
can
them,
see them. The
okay,
old
okay,
fashioned
okay.
ones,
So
anyway. But I mean,
okay, okay, okay,
there are
okay.
some
So
new
when you
ones you can also
okay,
see.
so
Yes. We even saw the
okay,
ones
Bevs.
at Bedford, all the way
Okay,
along
okay,
the
great.
embankment
Okay, so Bev, so when you
and
saw
up at
them,
the locks, obviously,
okay, okay,
because
so
they have
Bev,
to measure the elevations
okay,
precisely.
okay, got it. All right. So Bev, so when you saw them, did you transfer a benchmark from them?
Sorry, say that again.
Have you ever transferred a benchmark in your
Yes, that's
life?
what you do when you're surveying. You transfer elevation changes.
Okay, okay,
You
okay,
take
okay.
a known benchmark from one position
Mm,
and establish it at an unknown, right? And
okay,
then you
okay.
go
So
back to continue your loop to check
Okay.
that you've actually
Okay.
done it, and then you go back again just to make
Okay. Okay.
sure that you're correct. But measuring
So
the
okay.
elevation changes all the way
Okay.
from A to B.
Okay. Okay. Bev, with
through
that
however
being
many
said,
transitions you need to do,
okay. Okay. Bev.
measured on the
Bev. Check.
vertical datum.
Okay, Bev. Check it out. So with that being said, okay, let's just say, like, just throwing out a number. Let's say on the benchmark, it was 232 feet above sea level. Do you think that's possible? Yes, right?
Absolutely.
It's
Yeah.
okay. Okay. Now, hold on. Now, you're going to
In
build
fact, I bet there
10.
are a few benchmarks at
Okay. Okay. Okay, Bev. Okay.
332
Okay, Bev. Bev.
in
Bev. I'm
many
losing you.
different
Bev. I'm
countries.
losing you. Bev. Focus. Focus, Bev. Over here. Come on. Come on, buddy. Focus.
I'm
Focus.
just for
Okay.
the picture of everybody
Bev.
else.
Bev.
It's
Bev.
not
Bev.
just
Bev. Bev.
between me
Focus.
and you.
Focus.
There's other
Focus,
people
Bev.
listening, right?
Focus. Over here, buddy. Over here. Listen. 232 feet. Okay. Now, what you're going to do is now you're going to build something and that's going to be 10 feet above that benchmark. Here's my question to you, Bev. If you take a measuring tape and you go, okay, this is 10 feet, do you tell the person I'm at 242 feet, or do you tell him I'm at 10 feet? Go ahead.
If that's what you're meant to be doing, you're meant to be measuring a vertical change of 10 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Then you say, hey, here I am. Yes, here's 10 feet, because you measure it on the
Okay.
vertical datum.
Right.
An
Okay. Right.
elevation change of
Right.
10
Right.
feet.
Right. Yes.
Or
Right.
meters.
Right. Right.
I
Okay.
don't know
Yes.
what you do. Do you still work in feet?
I.
Oh, in America.
It's feet.
Yeah,
Yes.
you
Yes.
will.
America. Yeah. Okay. So with that being said, Bev,
Do you
I'm going to ask
decimalize
it.
your feet? Do you have like 10
Yeah.
10.5
Yeah.
feet?
Yeah. You can. Yeah. You can. You can say that, but usually we'll just say 10 and a half.
Yeah.
But so
Would you say
look.
10.47?
No. Not at all. That's not the way it goes. So here's the point. So here's what I'm saying. The point that I was making, Bev, is you're not going to say when you measure with a 10, a 10 more feet off of that established benchmark, you don't go back and write down 242. What you write down is 10. And that's why I said, Bev, is that you create a 0 with the benchmark. And then when you start doing your measuring, you don't have to go, I'm at 242 and 3/4, or I'm at 299, and 7/8. No. You just go off of that 0, that horizon of which the benchmark represented. Now, the benchmark is going to be 232 for the entire project because it's the benchmark. But at the end of the day, everyone that's measuring is just going to go off of 5 feet, 10 feet, 20 feet, but it's based off of that benchmark. Do you understand that, Bev?
Yeah, it's colloquial measurements that you're doing. If the surveyor has
Right.
already established the initial benchmark, hasn't he?
Right. But that's why I said,
So as a
because
surveyor, the surveyor would be interested in
Bev,
the individual
Bev,
reference to
Bev,
that one. Whereas if you're
but Bev,
working from a
Bev,
base, you would establish that on site.
right.
You would be
Bev, but
referencing it to the site benchmark.
right now, Bev. Now let's rewind the tape. Now, and I'm going to everything we just said. Now I'm going to bring back what we just said earlier, because everything I just said was because of what we said earlier. I told you that we build off of a 0. You said no, we don't. But see, what you're not understanding is you, as I just told you, everything we just said, you actually proved what I was saying.
Yeah, I was just
because
doing that for everybody else because we were talking about the mean sea level established as a 0.
Okay.
You're on about establishing that 0 somewhere else. And we're just pointing out that is reference to the site datum.
Correct. But everything,
so that
though,
everybody can understand that. He's not establishing a new mean sea level and calling that 0 wherever he wants.
But
he's just referencing it to the site.
So that way we can have a flat horizontal baseline on the entire project.
It's just a datum.
So
When they say it's reference to a
Bev,
datum,
don't
that
say
new
no.
point is the
Bev,
one that you're calling
Bev,
the zero.
Bev,
The
you don't
slate
say no.
datum.
Bev, you don't say no because that is what we're doing. You can't say no. No, it's a yes. That's
It's
what
just
we're
a new
doing.
point.
We're creating a baseline for the project. Do you understand that?
Yes,
You
a
understand
new
that?
datum. A
Right,
point.
right. Well, it's not a new one because it's going off the
We're
old
doing
one.
semantics
The old.
here, right?
Well, that's the name of your game.
Point.
Okay. Yes, the datum point that we've taken, which we'll
No,
call that the
a
benchmark.
datum point would
The,
be
the,
a pleonasm. It's just a datum.
Okay. Okay.
Because you
The
know what?
datum.
You have
What?
lots of datums, and when you put them together, do you know what that's called?
Absolutely.
Do you know?
Absolutely.
Go on, what's it
Absolutely.
called then?
And when you, no. I don't know what it's
What's
called.
multiple datums called?
I don't know what it's called. Is that called a map? I don't know.
Data.
Oh, that's what you meant. I didn't know where you're going with that. But yes, so when you take those datum, right? Datum points, right? All those points on the job
The
site,
data.
you're yes, you can look at it that way too. When you take the data, however you say it,
Yeah, reference to the datum.
when you take all that data, okay, and then what you're going to do, no matter how you want to say this, you're going to create a horizontal baseline because that's the way everything been built from sea to shining sea.
You've already established the surveyor came and he
And
established the datum.
guess what? And guess what? It's that in doing so, by doing that, it's no longer a globe because there's things being built that those points they wouldn't even work in a world if it's curving away because you cannot curve straight. There's no such thing as taking uh, uh, 2.5 miles long
Talking
of
about the knot
iron.
map for?
What was that?
Why'd you do that?
Do what?
Is that your safe space? We were talking about
What? What?
how you reference these datums together, right? Like as we've just established, you think it's a line, but it's not. It's just a datum. It's just a point
No,
on a
but
vertical
you
datum.
create a line, Bev. You create a line, though. You create a line. I know it's
No, it's
imaginary.
how
It's
you
invisible,
reference these points together.
and
That's
it
what you're
creates a
talking
line.
about.
And
Yeah.
it creates a line, a straight line, by the
You
way.
make a plane.
It creates a
You
straight
make a
line.
horizontal plane. You use a tool called a level,
Absolutely,
right, to
and
reference
absolutely,
these points together.
absolutely,
Right.
right. And how many? Okay, think of it this way, Bev. How many levels can you put back to back to back to back to make a globe, to make a circle, to make a ball, to make a angle, a change? None, right? Because levels are levels. You're never level is level. It's go straight all the way across.
Yeah, we can
It
prove that a
never
straight line lies within a plane. We can do that geometrically.
right.
Yeah.
That's why. That's
And we
why.
can
That's
reference
why.
that, right, to elevation
That's
changes, can't we?
that's why it's not a globe. Do you understand that?
Yeah, that's why we
That's
measure it to be not flat.
okay.
I can see your problem, right? You want to
No, I see
talk
your
about the
problem.
globe, whereas I'm
No,
just
I see
talking
your
about
problem.
reality and how we actually measure reality. And you're trying to
Right,
talk about what it isn't for some reason.
and the
Just stick to what
reality.
it is.
The reality is that the measurements we take have disproved the globe. Is disproved the globe. That's enough. That's a wrap. There's no point in arguing about a globe anymore because it's been measured to not be a globe. Do you
Well,
get that?
if somebody says the globe is the whatever you imagine reality to be, then you're saying that
No one's saying
using
that.
things in
You're saying
reality
that.
disproves what you
You're saying
imagine
that.
reality to be.
But nobody's saying that. Only you are.
I'm not.
You literally just said it.
What to you, right? What is globe?
A globe is a sphere.
No, a sphere is a sphere.
Oh, what's for you sphere?
And do you imagine? Well, a sphere is a
Bev,
mathematical
Bev,
phenomenon,
okay,
right?
okay, and where it is?
It's in your mind, the same place that globe exists.
It's not in my mind. if I see balls, I say this is
See,
this is
now
the sphere.
ball, that's different. That's not sphere.
Man,
A ball is a solid Euclidean shape in reality.
Great. Kugla, you know? Kugla? Kugla, it's in Croatian. Is that right?
I haven't got a clue.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Can I call Kugla now?
I haven't got a clue.
It's a sphere. Kugla? Can I call Kugla?
The sphere exists. It's a mathematical phenomenon
can you
that
tell me?
exists
Yeah,
in your mind.
it doesn't exist in my mind. There is no such a thing in reality called sphere.
Sphere is a mathematical thing that
Yeah,
exists
it's not in
within
my
the
mind either.
mathematical realm.
It's not in my mind either.
A ball
It's
is
you're correct.
something that exists in reality that you
What?
can associate with a sphere because you know
What is this
and
globe you're talking
understand the
about?
sphere within your
So, but
mathematical.
What is the globe?
Pardon?
What globe are you talking
I'm
about? I don't
asking
know what
you,
globe you're
what
on
is
about.
a globe? Somebody said it's a
What
sphere.
globe?
Well, a sphere is a
What globe?
sphere. What's a globe?
You tell us what globe.
A
I don't
globe
know.
is
What
a
is it?
globe, sphere is a sphere. That's the second book you need to write.
Uh-huh.
Globe is a globe,
The
sphere is a sphere.
identity.
You know,
Yes.
and for
People
first
used to
book,
be told they lived on one
The
back
question.
in the day.
Yeah, well,
question
so
is
is
where
that,
is
that's what
where
it
is
is then, something that you're told you live on. Is that
Yeah,
the
where is the
identity we're going to
I know
give
that's
to
a lie.
globe?
Yeah, I know
where
that's a
is
lie.
Well, I say it's the thing that you have in your mind that you
Yeah,
associate with reality.
I don't
it's a
have in
lie.
mind. Do you have? Perhaps do you have in mind that it's sphere?
What?
You said I have in mind. I don't have
No,
anything
I
in
say
mind that it's
people.
spherical.
Say people.
Of
You want to put
course,
yourself
people.
in one of those?
No.
Then, okay, right. So the masses of people that are completely unaware of anything we're talking about right now, they will associate globe with reality.
Yeah, that's correct.
Right. So let's talk about
Yeah, we
that.
know all this.
So
we know all this.
okay, so you have a different understanding of what you consider globe to be, but that has only come from the conversations you've had with people. So you've generated what you consider globe to be, and that's different. It's different to every one of
No,
you. Even the
no.
globers have a different globe. Everyone has their own. Because
Yeah.
it only exists
We've never measured
in the mind.
We've never measured the globe.
Which
though.
is why I was
We've never
saying,
measured
why
that
are you
globe, have we?
talking about the not that? Stick to reality.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, we measure off the sea level, don't we? And datums and horizontals.
We
That's what we're
establish
talking about.
a mean, yes. Call that a datum.
Yeah.
Then reference
So we-
all of the other
so we-
elevations to that one
Yeah.
point.
We're not using a globe. Yeah, we're not thinking about a globe or using a globe at any time.
We use levels.
Yeah, we're not thinking about that globe. Yeah, we're not thinking about that globe. We're not anyway.
You're bringing your imagination, what you imagine, to tell people that it is this instead of the imagination they have about the globe.
No, I'm just using
People
the
are
sea
walking
level.
around, those who are into the globe are walking around, and all the information they were given, they just then transpose that into an image of a globe in their head and imagination.
Yeah, it's old news, that,
The
mate. We
flat
all know that.
Earth model also does that, paints a
What
picture
model?
in somebody's head. Well, the one you're describing that's measured flat. Now, I have to be careful that I don't accept your painting just as fact and replace that without knowing about it.
Yeah.
You asking me to replace another set of beliefs and claim it as knowledge. And that's what I'm trying not to do. And so, that's what Bev was describing about people imagine what they imagine. It is what you imagine.
Yeah, that's
but
right.
not
We all
relating
know
it
this.
to reality.
This isn't new news.
Okay.
Yeah, we spent 2 hours talking about the world's not flat because it has mountains and valleys. It's fucking retarded. Can we actually talk about something that's actually going to be good for someone that's actually trying to learn the truth that it's not a
You,
spheroid flying through an infinite vacuum? Can we go there? No, maybe. I don't know.
People get
Well,
that
you
for
need to drop. You
themselves.
need to drop. Yeah, you need to drop the whole flat then. You can't just go.
he's
By the
chuckling
way,
right
you
now, thinking
don't live
about
on
the
a
picture that
model. But
he's
here you
thinking.
go. Here's another model. That's
No,
all
no,
you
no,
do.
no. See,
Yeah,
here's the thing, though. I don't. I'm under the firm in my own belief. I only speak for myself. I don't speak for anybody else in this room or in Discord in general. I am firm. Like I stand firm by the fact in my head. It's a fact to me that we will never know the heights or the depths of where we live. Now, there's all kinds of different models.
Why are you pushing this nonsense about a flat
Uh,
Earth model then?
no. I'm
We
not
can
pushing a
measure
model.
the heights and
What
depth
what
though
what
of the
I'm
land
what I'm what
and
I'm
the
no,
depth of
but
the
not the
oceans,
entirety.
right?
Not the entire.
Who is
Not the
pushing
entirety
flat
though.
Earth model?
Not the entirety. We've never gone all the way to the bottom. We've never gone all the way to the top. That's just a bunch of bullshit. If you think though,
It's nice
you can
that
think what you want.
It's nice that you guys have changed your tune over the last a year or so.
I haven't
But
changed my tune. I haven't changed my tune.
that's only happened because you've been forced into it,
No.
right?
No.
And
That
yet you're still resisting. You're
if
still
you
going
look
on at Bev
if
like
you
That,
look
he is the worst
that,
if
that,
person
you
ever.
if you look
that
at my
there. Can I
if
ask you
you
a question?
go ahead.
Why you think what is the most important thing that these people think that Earth is not a globe?
I don't know, but I was talking to another guy. I don't know why you
I'm
just jumped
asking.
in. Is it because he's
I was
drunk?
just,
It's okay
I was
because
just waiting for.
maybe
I
you
was
have some
wait.
assumption. Maybe you have some assumption.
Fucking hell, can you slow down? You're just like
Yeah,
waffling in
David
my
maybe
ear.
you
floor before
maybe
I can speak.
may,
So let her
may
speak
So,
with her conversation.
1 second, I just want to point out what that air did is a pure projection because the Globers themselves pedaled back so many freaking times. It's absolutely insane that you actually use this as an argument. I don't know how many times you
Pure
guys.
projection. So my
Nah,
opinions are
nah,
just
nah, nah.
pure
You
projections.
know for a fact. Yeah, you
Yeah,
know for
okay.
a fact
Well,
how many times the Globers had to pedal back when flat earthers have pointed out flaws. So okay, don't come me with this stuff. That was absolutely pure projection on your side.
But Apocryphon described what he was imagining. He said he can't go anywhere, can't prove it. He just imagines it.
Okay. No,
That's the point.
Let me give you an example real quick. Let me just break it down for you.
And
Okay.
Dead Air was
Okay.
asking
Let
about
me.
that.
Is
Why
it
are
okay
you
if I give you an
pushing that
example?
model then?
Can I give you an example real quick? I mean, you're talking about me. Let me tell you what I'm talking about. Okay. What I'm saying is that we cannot have any type of model of something that we haven't physically come across. We haven't measured ourselves with our own hands. We haven't put anything to it. So guess what? It's almost like this. Let me give you like an example. Okay. Imagine that you go
No,
into
because
a
you're now
man.
going to
Okay.
paint a picture for
Just hear
me.
me out. Just hear me out. Just hear
That's
me
what
out.
you're
Hear me
trying to
out.
do. I
If you
don't
could just
want
hear,
to have a picture painted
if you could
from
just
your
hear me
imagination.
out. If you could just hear me out.
Well,
Okay.
I had the jacuzzi. We've
If
done
you
that
could
one.
just
That's imagination.
if you could just hear me out. Okay. Imagine if you were to go into a mansion, right? Like a 50, room mansion. And then, but
God, he's
all you can
dead.
do is you can only go to the garage. Okay. So you cannot see the rest of the entire house, but
That.
you and the arrogant human being that you are going to say, I don't need to go see the entire house. I can build my model from this garage. You don't know the bathrooms. You don't know the closets. You don't know the kitchens. You don't know anything about, you don't even know how many stories it is. All you know is the garage. So then you cannot create a model off of something you haven't seen. And this earth, if we've never been to discover the entirety of it, then all I'm saying is we will never know the true depths and the true heights and the true widths because nobody has ever even gone to those positions. Now, you could be arrogant and say, oh, no, but we do. We shoot P waves and we have S waves and we know all the. Fuck you, get out of here. You're fucking still believing in a belief system that's telling you something. So what you're doing is you're someone that was in the garage and said, oh, I know there's a room that's right here. Oh, really? Have you seen it? No, but I know it's there though. Never seen it, but it's there. And then, but that's just you're just believing the story. You're believing the model. So I'm saying there's no model, regardless, no matter what shape you think anything is. There's no fucking model because no one has been there. Does that make sense? Anybody? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I'll shut up now.
Hey, just for the records, dogs, I really absolutely 100% from last conversations with you don't care.
Right, so do you get the meme?
What?
That was a great meme made by somebody sadly not with us. If in explanation the imagination is invoked, you must imagine from that point forward you are entering the realm of imaginometry.
Uh-oh.
Apocryphon.
Yeah, hey Bev, check it out. If you are that idiotic that you can't grasp that the reason why I use that picture for you is to prove that you are wrong. If you think there's a model, then you might be in the realm of retardation. Is that okay?
Yep.
Did someone talk to me before? Was that Clay? Clay, did you
Yeah.
mention me a second ago?
I had a power cut and lost internet, so I missed all of that. Sorry.
Dogs are gods. Could you explain how how a benchmark could be above, below, and at the same elevation as another benchmark, all at the same time?
So it can't be above. If they're at the same elevation, they'll both be below the horizontal of each other's benchmark. And I dropped a hastily drawn picture of that if you want.
So they'll be at the same elevation,
Elevation
but below each other at the same time.
below the horizontals, so they're 90 degree off those perpendiculars at the same at the
Can
same
you add a
elevation.
horizontal to
They'll
that
both be
for
below
us?
each other's horizontals.
Can you add the
I
mean
have.
horizontal for us?
Look in the text chat. I've drawn a hasty picture of it.
Yeah, can you?
I've drawn two uprights. I've drawn two horizontals off 90 degrees from
Well,
those
that's
uprights,
two
and you can see that
horizontals.
both of the
It's
uprights are
sideways,
below
isn't it?
those horizontals.
They're sideways. They're sort
It's
of
sideways
sloping.
in it. What? Is that what you
Aren't they
said?
all sloping? Like I can't see any
So
of
if you were
those
to
lines
continue with
referenced to a
those,
vertical or horizontal, to be honest.
I'm sorry.
Not
So do you
the
see that
little
there's a
ones.
curved image?
Are you saying the
Excuse me,
little ones?
Bev. I'll explain it to you. Bev,
Yeah.
I'll explain it to you. You've got the curve of the Earth, and then you have those two little upright lines. Those are the verticals. I've written 100 feet just to show their same elevation. I did actually measure it with a
Verticals.
ruler. They're not actually 100 feet. And then off of them, you have two horizontal lines that I've drawn that are 90 degrees from
Have you
the
posted
verticals.
it? Have you posted it sideways? Like, am I seeing the
Probably.
same thing?
Yeah, should I stand on
It's
my
probably
head?
sideways.
Yeah, it's sideways, so they're not vertical.
They are
or
vertical.
horizontal.
You just have the image. You just have the image around the wrong way.
Right. So we orientate the image 90 degrees.
Yes, please. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay.
And then you can prove me wrong.
90 degrees reference from what?
So you just do 90 degrees from what the image
From
is now. You'll
the
be happy,
horizontal
okay, Bev?
reference to my TV.
Yes,
But
Bev.
then neither of those two horizontals that you have of your picture, that they wouldn't be referenced to the horizontal of my TV either. So that's why I'm saying
I'm not
they're
referencing the horizontal
none
of the
of
TV.
those
They're done on a
are
curved surface.
horizontal
There's no
or
reference
vertical.
for a horizontal on a curved surface. There's no vertical from a curved surface other than it bisecting the center of that
There is.
circle.
Have you ever seen a hill?
So I'm going to say the same thing to you I just said, and you're not going to deal with it, are you, Bev? So there's no such thing as a vertical off a curved surface unless it's bisecting the center. There's no like universal vertical
You can have a
line.
vertical
It
on
just
a
has to
hill
be a line
anywhere.
that bisects.
Yeah, I take it you've seen a hill, right? Like a curve, like a mound. You
So
could
I'm
put a
gonna
vertical
say the
anywhere.
same
You could
thing to you
establish
on
a
a curved
vertical
surface on
anywhere
Earth.
on that.
I'm going to say the same thing to you, and you're not going to deal with it. So a vertical, so an actual vertical is in plumb. It can
Yeah, yeah.
only be done on curves, on
Like
like
a
the curved
surveyor would
Earth,
when he's
if it
measuring, he's
bisects the
holding
center
his
of the
measuring
Earth.
rod on a hill, measuring elevation changes. Are you saying he can't establish a vertical?
I never said that.
Okay, so in reality,
So what you're doing is you're
if there's a
semantically
curved
quibbling about what
surface,
vertical is compared to your TV. So all you're doing,
no, I'm
Bev, is
talking about with
semantics. Is that
a guy
really
with a
what you want to do
measuring
right
rod
now? Is
actually
that really what
measuring
you want to do right now,
elevation
Bev? Is that really
changes.
what you want to do right now? You just did it to Apocryphon.
No, we're talking about reality, how people actually measure elevation changes in reality.
That has nothing to do with what I just said, and it has nothing to do with my image.
You're vertical. You said you can't establish a
We weren't
vertical on a
talking.
curved surface, and I said, "Have you ever
We
seen a
weren't
hill?
talking about
That's a
in
curved
reality.
surface, isn't it?"
We weren't talking about
We're
in
not
reality.
talking.
I
Well, we
was
were
proving a concept.
earlier.
No, we weren't.
Well, just for Apocryphon and everybody else here, I just wanted to let you know that I also understand that dogs are gods is also talking from his imagination and what he
Yeah.
might believe is
Yeah.
reality.
So
It's just imagination,
if there's
the
an
same as all
imaginary
the other
concept,
pictures.
if there's an imaginary concept, then you draw it out as an imaginary picture, which is what I've done to prove the concept. Do you understand this concept? It's a basic concept people do every
I
single
know
day of
that
their lives.
you can draw imaginary pictures with your imagination. Yeah, that's possible.
And does it prove
Magic on the
logically that if
tree.
the Earth, excuse me a second, Bev, I'm just going to finish what I'm saying. Does it prove that on the imaginary globe Earth that you would have two verticals that would have horizontals that would not be the same horizontal, meaning the two verticals would be of equal elevation and yet below each other's horizontals?
All at the same
How would
time.
I set about proving
Well,
something on something that was imaginary?
Well, that's the
simultaneous
only way you
below
can
does
prove
sound
things. You
like
can
a
only prove
dogmatic proof,
logical
though,
and
right?
mathematical geometric concepts.
Yeah,
You can only
could we
prove
prove a
geometric, mathematical,
dogmatic
and logical concepts.
statement?
You can only prove logical, mathematical, and geometric concepts because geometry is a part of mathematics.
Mm-hmm.
Where the
Yes.
straight line is curved.
I'm sorry, I don't understand why you just said that to me. Can you explain why you said that to me?
He's talking
Well, the
about the
straight.
reciprocal rumpus pole sighting test. Hey, I don't. Are you in the UK? Who's that? Dogs. You in the UK? Do you want to come?
Oh, I'm sorry, Jerry. Jerry just said so straight is curved, and I just want to hear why he said that to me.
No, that was Erdebear.
Okay, well,
Come
can
on.
he explain
Are
why he
you in
said that to
the
me?
UK? Do you sound like you might be in the UK? You could come. You could come and witness the
There's
reciprocal
there's literally
rumpus pole sighting.
no reason to engage with you, Bev. There's literally no reason to engage with you. All you have is
Oh
semantics.
no,
You
you've
won't
got
even
a
have a
bit far
proper
to go
argument
on
about
that.
what
Yeah, that's
reality
right.
is.
You're not you.
Your
You're UK.
imagination does make.
What about my
Me and
imagination?
Ed can go there. We
Your
can go and actually
imagination
do
makes straight
this.
lines curved. Yeah, we could go to Bedford and actually do
What's
what was
my
done historically and test it for ourselves.
We wouldn't do it on the side, like leaning over like that.
Yeah, the only thing you guys have is the idea that equal elevation you guys just claim is horizontal, that they all share the
No,
All
same
I'm
you have is
saying
horizontal
your
line,
we
which they
imagination.
can
don't.
literally go and prove to you your ridiculous statement about the reciprocal below, simultaneous below.
Do you want to, Bev, do you want to
I
show
think
you're
it's
not a troll and just
fantastic.
repeat back to me the last thing I said? Just vaguely. It doesn't
Well,
have
the
to be
bit,
exactly what I said, but
it's
can
the
you
bit,
just sort of like give the gist of what I just said?
it's the bit where you're at a lower elevation to me until I come to you, and then I'm at a lower elevation to you when I was previously higher than you, and now you're higher than me when you were lower than me before. That's
Oh,
the
okay. So
the
how do you reference
imagination
elevation? What do you reference your elevation from?
from a
To a
horizontal
datum
reference point.
point.
What horizontal reference frame? What datum point?
Clean has them that for you, just to make it.
Yeah, the
Anyone? What
non-imaginary
datum
one.
point? Okay, so which one? Because you're
The one you
claiming
want.
you can reference it, and that referencing will show that the Earth is not spherical. So which one do you reference? What universal datum
You
point
can
do you have
establish
for horizontal?
a horizontal in reality, can't you?
So what universal point do you establish elevation from? Can you answer that question, please?
From one end to the other, a straight line from A to B. You can establish a
Same thing.
horizontal
So
between those 2
elevation
points.
is the height above or a certain height on the Earth. For two things to be at equal
The mean
elevation, you
sea
need to have a
level is
reference
down in
horizontal to establish
Newlyn
elevation.
in the UK,
So
south coast.
are you hump or you drop? Are you? Which one are you?
Sorry, but I'm just going to wait until you answer that question. If you want to mute me, you can mute
Simultaneous
me, knowing
below.
that you've never answered that question.
I can't mute you. I can't mute you. I don't have power. I'm only a simple, pleb.
One of your cronies will move for you.
So great. I'll ask you a different question. Can you admit that you cannot give elevation from any of the things that you think are in reality, that you have to use something like distance to the center of the Earth or something like mean sea level?
That's not my reality. That's your imagination.
Yeah, we're
I
talking
don't
about
go to where you
a
go.
point, a datum.
So you can't just answer a simple question. Is that what's happening?
I've seen your pictures, and it's either a hump or it's a drop. That's what I know it goes to.
So if I was on the left-hand side of that picture, looking at the vertical on the right-hand side, would it be a hump in the way or a drop?
I don't know. Are you in a workshop or there? What's that? Is that just a piece of wood or is it a table? Looks a bit like a school desk you got it on, so I don't know. Don't know where you are on the other side of the paper.
Deflection isn't an answer, it isn't an actual discussion on the topic. It's just you being uncomfortable with having asked a question, unfully answering, and you not then having a follow-up thought.
Well, I understand what your claim is. It's just an imagination to me. It's just what you imagine. It doesn't bear any relation
Can
to
you
my
show
reality.
anything to do with the flat
I
Earth
don't
that isn't
have to.
imaginary?
I don't have to really consider it, do I?
So can you show
Because
anything
it's
of the flat
nonsense.
Earth that isn't imaginary?
When we're talking about elevations.
Yeah, stuff that I
Elevation.
walk on. Stuff I walk on is real.
Yeah, and how do you know it's flat?
It's not
It's
flat.
not.
That's the
It's
thing.
not flat.
Not.
We
That's why I
know
came in
it's
asking the
not
question. I fucked
flat.
everybody's head up.
So if you were to have 2 points of equal elevation between those 2 points, if there's no change in elevation, would that distance between those 2 points be referenced as flat, yes or no?
It'd be horizontal.
There you go.
So would it be a straight line?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Straight, horizontal, straight.
Okay,
Doesn't
great.
slope.
So all your semantics quibbling about it not being flat is just you guys trying to get away from holding the position it's flat,
No,
which
it's
is
not
kind
flat.
of a weird
It's
thing for the Flat
horizontal.
Earth 24/7 server.
But no, I don't. The others said that because I asked about that myself, and it triggered a whole, wow, incredible stuff went on. But anyway, that it's not flat. It's horizontal, level, horizontal. I wouldn't describe it as flat. I don't think that's a good word to use for me because I can't see any flatness anywhere.
Yeah, you just say equal elevation and having zero elevation change, meaning no slope.
Straight horizontal line
Well,
between
no.
you
So
and
if you
I
were to
would
have a
say was
slope,
on the same elevation. Yeah,
so
equal
Bev,
elevation.
here's a great question that you'll
But
never
your
answer because this is your
horizontals
whole shtick.
both were
But
different.
Bev,
There was an angle between them.
Bev, I'm going to ask
They
you the
intersected.
I'm going to ask you the same. I'm going to ask you the same question. Will two vertical points have the same horizontal on the Earth?
Two vertical points.
What is that?
Yes, of
What's a
equal
vertical
elevation,
point?
have the same horizontal. A vertical point is any point that will be plumb.
The point.
But, that's a sort of
You're
everywhere,
not going to
right?
answer. Just answer. Just answer. Just answer. Exactly. So if you
That
take
would
two
be
of them,
everywhere.
one
That would
point A, one
encompass
point B, and you draw
100% of
horizontals off both of them,
everything.
will those horizontals be curved or will those horizontals be straight? And
The
Horizontals,
sorry, will
horizontal
it
that
be the
we
same horizontal?
established. The horizontal we
Yeah, but will it
established
have the
between
same
you and I.
horizontal between two? Will it have the
Yes,
same
they will.
horizontal with both points? Sorry, that's a better question.
The horizontal that
Yes,
we
they will.
established
Okay. Has
between you and
anyone
I.
ever in the history of the universe
Oh,
shown that to be
did
true?
you answer for me? Are you like my kind of, alter ego that speaks, my answer? Is that what it is?
I don't know, but there's no reason to deflect right now.
The horizontal that we established between you and I that you agreed was horizontal, all verticals that are perpendicular to that horizontal will be parallel, yes.
No, that's not the case. You can never actually get a
Wow.
universal
Okay.
horizontal. You can only ever create a perpendicular and then create a horizontal off
That's
that
why I was
perpendicular.
asking initially
That's why
about
this
what I
argument over
experience in
horizontal and
reality.
perpendicular doesn't actually show anything about the shape of the Earth until you actually get to large-scale surveying, and then it shows the shape of the Earth through spherical axis.
Have you memorized all that, or is it written down? And you're reading it quicker.
No, literally just off the top of my head now, because as you can tell, I can speak fast and I can
Is that
speak
Wally?
eloquently about things without having to do the ums, ahs, and all the other bullcrap in the middle.
Did you hung around with Witsit and realise that's what you had to do next? Speak faster and faster because
Nope,
it
I've been
kind of
able to do
conveys
this since
some
I
truth.
realised my IQ was above double digits.
Oh, really? 27 then.
Erdebear, you're talking about his speaking, not enough arguing about the substances.
Oh, Yui's triggered.
Has
Yeah,
Bev
it's another
not finished
deflection.
writing in? Has Bev not
Wally
finished
needs some
writing in your
help.
script, DM?
Well, if the grass in the room
I'm not
wants to
Wally,
talk
Bev.
to
I don't know
Bev
who
about the
Wally is.
picture again now he's free from work, he could carry on.
So are you guys done now? Like you've realised that the little picture I drew, there's nothing wrong with it. It shows that both those vertical points will be below each other
Vertical
horizontal,
points.
while both
Yeah,
those lines will actually be horizontal.
What's a vertical point?
Yeah, what's wrong with that
Another
wording, Bev? Can you explain that to me quickly?
You mean a point on a vertical datum?
Don't ask me a question. Can you answer why vertical points is the incorrect wording to use?
Because it sounds ridiculous. It's a nonsense statement. Vacuous, some may say.
Oh, so because you think it sounds ridiculous, you laugh at it. Do you have a reason why it's ridiculous?
Wouldn't every point on a vertical be a vertical point? And could you establish
Correct, and I'm
a
referencing
vertical anywhere? So that would
Correct.
encompass everywhere as being where you can establish a vertical point. So you saying vertical point is you just stating everywhere.
No, it's not actually. It's me stating the two
Somebody else
lines
said
that I've
something
drawn
about
that are meant to. Excuse me, Bev. Excuse me, Bev. It's the lines that I've drawn that are meant to
Everywhere,
represent
everywhere.
vertical on a curved earth. Did you hear what I just said, mate?
Somebody said that. Was it vertical's a point that goes everywhere, everywhere? Something like that.
No, you didn't hear what I said, so you're not even listening at this point. Why are you here,
I
Bev? What are
remember
you
we said
doing?
that.
All you do is troll
It was blue
and semantics.
marble
So do you want to actually listen
That's
to
his
Yeah.
guru.
the points
Well,
and
that's
have a
what you were
discussion?
here doing. I thought exactly what you were here doing.
Nobody measures
Like you
No,
do
I'm not
wherever I
trolling.
see
I've
you.
made an actual argument.
Nobody
No,
measures
I've
like
made an
that.
actual argument, guys. Guys, I've made an actual argument for the case of a
You made an
spherical
argument?
Earth, okay?
think you might
You
have.
guys haven't done that.
That's not an
Vertical
argument, though,
points. Is
bro.
that your
Bev,
argument?
It's not, dude. It's
so
not.
my,
It's nonsensical argument, maybe, because that's like saying you just proved that unicorns exist and they dance on top of rainbows. It doesn't make it. Yeah, it's an argument, but it's not fucking
It's not an
true.
argument.
Yeah, I know it's not an
yeah,
argument. It's
so it is
fucking.
an argument, yeah.
I mean, it's an
It is
argument
an
in his
He
own
argument
just
head.
because
gave it
you
him
guys,
an argument that he
Bev,
hasn't actually got.
Yeah, it's not an argument.
Bev, you guys don't really give an argument for why the Earth has to be
No, that's false.
horizontal or planar or whatever you call it.
It's not
Excuse me a
flat.
second, I'm not done.
It's not
I'm not done,
flat.
Bev. I'm not done. Okay? So you guys don't have an argument for that. All you guys have is criticism of words like horizontal
No, just
and
statements.
That's false.
vertical and
That's
creating a
false.
horizontal and claiming that all
They're
verticals
false
of equal
statements.
elevation will have the same horizontal line. That's all you have. So if I
Not
argue
only are
against
they
that, that
statements,
means
they're
your
false.
entire argument for the
That's
horizontal
more
line
lies.
being
More
the exact
lies.
same for
You
all
can't
verticals of
interrupt him.
equal
I
elevation
bet he's
has
sat
been
there with his
debunked.
eyes closed, just reading from the script on
No, I'm
his
finishing
eyeballs,
sentences.
eyelids.
I'm just finishing
Oh,
sentences and trying to engage in the argument, Bev. Have you ever tried engaging in the
but
argument?
you're
Shut the
lying
fuck up
though.
while people finish
You're just
sentences?
chanting,
How am I
mate.
lying?
Singing your
You're
I'm
mantra.
not chanting. I'm finishing my
you're lying
sentences. I'm
though.
making full points, full sentences. I'm not just going, you're just
But
chanting, mate. And ha ha, that's ridiculous, mate.
your sentences are lies though,
How are they lies?
because you said that we don't have an argument. If we didn't have an argument, we wouldn't even exist. We wouldn't be here right now if we didn't have an argument. Do you understand that, dogs?
Yeah, you don't have an argument. That's a fact.
Okay. Once again, you just said words, and then it made sense to you,
I
but
have an
you're
argument.
retarded. So
I've got a
I
few
guess it makes
arguments.
sense.
I've got
I
one
can
that the
give
Earth's
you
not flat and one that the Earth's not spherical.
I can give you
Showing
a
a false
reason why you
dichotomy,
don't
right?
have an argument. It's because the only things that you guys ever say criticism of the globe Earth, which just shows you don't understand the model or that you don't understand
That's
what's
more
going on,
lies.
or
More lies.
the only other thing you give is we see too far, and seeing too far doesn't show
More lies.
either one to be
More
true.
lies. It's not just that, but that's more lies. But that's more lies. I mean,
That's just an ad
expected.
hominem, mate.
That's expected from you because all you do is come in here and spew not only lies but falsehoods. So it makes sense. It checks
Stop
out.
talking
It's like
about me and make an argument, Buckaroo.
What was that?
Much simpler than that. It's
He's
just your
talking to you
imagination
now,
doesn't.
but he started off talking to us. He swapped his focus.
I mean, at
Oh,
some
that's
point, are you guys going
what
to
he
actually
does.
make an argument, or you just keep talking about me and whining about one?
Look, there's no point in arguing with you because you don't bring up things that are sensical. You bring up lies
I just
and
gave
false.
one.
It's
I
a
just
waste of
gave
time.
something more sensible. That
You
if you
made a
have two
claim.
vertical points on the Earth, no matter
That
where they are,
that's
they
false.
won't
That's
share the
false.
same horizontal. That
That's false.
debunks you,
That's
Apocrypha.
false. That's false. That's false. That's not the way it works. Again, you are saying
Great.
something
Can you
that is
show that to be
false.
false?
Yes, it's false because what you're
How?
clearly
Show
His
it to be false.
vertical points
because
are a nonsense.
yeah, he's retarded, bro.
No, they're not
But
a nonsense, Bev.
Yes, they are.
How are they a nonsense? Are you saying I
okay.
can't draw vertical points on
But
the
they're
Earth?
not
Bev, are you saying I
descriptive
can't draw
enough.
vertical? Are you saying I can't draw?
It
Are you
could be
saying I can't draw
anywhere.
vertical
So
points on the Earth?
what's the statement that you're
It
making
doesn't matter
upon
where
these
they are,
vertical
Bev.
points?
Bev, big
Ridiculous.
fella,
Down a
big
gear,
fella. It
dogs.
doesn't
Drop down
matter
a
where
gear.
they
Slower.
are.
Bit slower. On the brake a bit. Woo, woo, woo.
What's his
Slowly
argument,
now.
though, right? He's making a statement about vertical points. Then the argument is the statement about that he makes that you can relate to these vertical points. So since the vertical points could be anywhere, right? What is the statement that you could
Doesn't
make
change my
upon
argument
them
though.
that's meant
Just
to be
practicing
this
his
It doesn't matter where
argument?
they are, Bev.
You've not
It doesn't matter where they are,
You've
Bev.
not got
It
you.
doesn't
I
matter where they are,
know,
Bev.
right?
It doesn't matter.
So it
It
doesn't
doesn't
matter
matter.
where they
It doesn't
are,
matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It
right?
doesn't matter where they are, Bev. So why are
Okay.
you trying to
Right,
criticize
why
my
the
point?
stutter? So what's the thing that you are saying upon them? Predicate now within your argument, please, upon
I
these
already have.
points.
If you have 2 points, if you have two vertical points on the Earth, it doesn't matter where they are. They won't share the same horizontal, and we know this to be true because of a little thing called large-scale surveys.
I'm leaving because your accent's annoying, both of you.
Right. They won't share
Do you have a
a
disagreement with
horizontal.
that, Bev? That's true. Yes.
I don't. It's a nonsense statement.
You don't understand the words after all these
Yes.
years. You don't understand
If
the
you
words.
take two
Okay.
vertical points anywhere, right? Are you saying
on the
you
Earth.
cannot establish a horizontal between them?
So you can establish a straight line between them, but it won't be 90 degrees off the
So it won't be
perpendicular or
horizontal.
90 degrees off plumb.
So it won't be
I'm going to say
horizontal.
the exact same thing again, and you're just going to.
There's
Here's
an
what you do, Bev.
impossibility of you establishing a horizontal between 2 points.
Here's what I want you to do. Repeat back
Can
to
you
me what I
please
say.
state
It doesn't
that
have to
for
be
me,
perfect,
please?
but it has to use the same
2
language.
points.
So if you have two vertical points,
Yeah, A
and you
and
try
B.
to establish a horizontal on the Earth,
Yeah,
those
you've got
two
2
vertical
points
points won't
on
have
a
90
plumb,
degrees from
and
vertical
there's
on that
no
horizontal.
way that you can establish a horizontal
You were
between
over talking me
those
the whole time I was
2
saying that, buddy.
points. There's
You were over talking me the whole
a
time I was
test.
saying what I was saying.
Yeah, there's a test.
So I'm going to
We're
say it
gonna do
again.
it.
I'm going to
Yeah,
say it
go on.
again. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say it again, Bev. Okay, can you be quiet for a second?
Mhm.
Great. So if you have two vertical points and you establish a straight line between those points, they won't be horizontal for either of the vertical points.
Oh my
Do you
God! Once
understand that?
again, that's completely false, bro. You're
He
fucking
doesn't
full of
have the
shit.
I
person.
can write it down for you.
You're fucking.
He doesn't have the personality of Witsit to carry the speed talking through. It's just speed talking.
Right. So let's
Yeah,
say
Witsit's got a
let's
little
say
Tell
we
bit
me,
of
go
tell
another
me
to
I've got
element. He can
let's
arguments.
say we go to Bedford, the home of level, where Wallace and Robotham made themselves famous. We established 2 points along this stretch of water at an equal elevation. We're going to call 1A and 1B. Let's say we can do that.
Yeah, there's no
Right.
reason for the slow talking. I'm like 10 steps ahead of you in this discussion.
Okay, so we're going to
please
have
speed it up.
Ed Bear at one bridge dangling his plumb bob. I'll be
Nope,
at
you
the
slowed
other
it down
one
even
dangling
more.
my plumb bob. We're going to say this is a height, an equal height
sounds sexual.
above this canal, and
Above the
your
water,
statement
above the water
is
surface.
2 men
we
dangling their plumb
cannot
bobs.
establish a shortest distance between those 2 points that would be horizontal.
6
I never said
miles where
shortest
I.
distance. Why are you putting that in my mouth?
Because it is the shortest distance between those 2 points. That's all we're talking about. You're saying...
No, horizontal is 90 degrees off perpendicular, Bev.
Yeah.
Yeah, the water's level though.
Repeat that back to me. Repeat
destroyed.
that back to
He
me like
just
a big boy.
destroyed
Come
it
on, Bev. Repeat it
himself.
back. Repeat it back.
We've got
Repeat
plumb
it back,
bobs.
Bev. Repeat it back.
Plumb bobs
What
at
is
one
what is
bridge
horizontal?
and a
What is
plumb bob at the
horizontal?
other bridge,
Bev,
right?
I'm not moving on until you tell me what horizontal means.
I'm
How do you
going
find
to say
horizontal?
at 90 degrees from each of these plumb bobs
Yep.
would be the shortest distance
Yep.
between those 2 points.
Incorrect. That's assuming that
Would be a
there's
straight
no
line.
curvature to the Earth.
Would be a straight
Dogs
line.
are
That's
gods.
assuming the Earth isn't curved. No, it
Dogs
wouldn't.
are
You have to
gods.
prove that. Can you prove that?
What, that the shortest distance between those 2 points would be a straight line?
Nope. That the shortest distance between those 2 points would be perpendicular from both points.
They're not going to be... Oh,
From
my
the
God,
vertical
dude.
of both points.
It would
I
be
think what you're missing,
horizontal.
dogs, are
No slope.
The fact
Yeah,
that they're
Equal
So
elevation.
is
Shortest
truth.
Can you
distance.
show me? Can you show me that straight line you're talking about? The shortest distance between the two is 90 degrees from each vertical, both at the same time, not just one.
Of course they're going to be.
Yeah.
yeah, the water level
Well, that's
between
just
them.
you saying that your religion is true. You don't have any evidence.
There's no religion here. We're just talking
Yeah,
about practical
it's
tools
reality.
in reality. We're establishing
What
a
practical
plumb
tool?
bob
Yeah.
at one place and a
Because
plumb
road
bob
bottom
at the
just did
other.
elevation.
And we're saying this point on this vertical and this point on this vertical are an equal elevation above the water. And then we're saying the shortest distance
The
between
shortest
those 2
distance
points
won't be 90 degrees from
would
both.
be
It won't be
a
90 degrees from both.
horizontal, a straight
It won't be
line.
90 degrees from both, though.
It
Bev, it
Not
won't
won't
be
be 90
90
listening,
degrees from
dog.
degrees
both.
from the plumb bob.
It won't be 90 degrees from both plumb bobs. No, the
Okay, so
shortest, that
would
short
you
line between the
imagine
two
one of the?
distances. If
Would
you
you
look at the
imagine the
angle
plumb bobs
between the
tilting?
vertical, if you look at the angle
Do you
between the
imagine
vertical
the
and the
plumb bobs
horizontal, they
tilting
won't have an
or the
internal angle
horizontal
of 90
sloping?
degrees. I'm going to.
Motor mouth. Jesus.
Shortest distance
So those
between
two
2
verticals
points.
won't have 90
Crazy.
degrees for that shortest distance line.
They were
Those
both
two
still
verticals
talking
won't
at
have
this
90
point.
degrees for the shortest distance.
Yeah, shut the fuck up, man. Just have a conversation, man. Come
Yeah,
on. Jesus.
dude.
I think what Dogs are Gods is missing the most is when he was a kid, nobody slapped him up the side of the head and said, "Shut up a minute."
Well, so the problem is that Bev
No
is also
problem.
interrupting me, so I'm just going off his flow.
You never
But
listened to
Bev,
him, what he described. You just kept talking over him, and you never even listened to a bit of what he said.
you want me to
You're
repeat
coming with
back his argument to him?
you're coming
So
with your
we can
imagination.
actually
You're
do
trying to push it
this.
on. He's talking about
Bev, I'll repeat
reality,
the
not your
argument to you. Can you
imagination.
repeat the argument to me? So your argument
No.
was the Bedford level test established two
I didn't
equal
make an
elevation
argument. I just
points,
made
and you're
statements.
saying the shortest distance between those two equal elevation points will be horizontal, a horizontal line. I'm saying that the angle from the two vertical points
Zero
established in the
slope.
Bedford level test equal elevation won't be 90 degrees on either end if you draw a shortest distance line. And if you do 90-degree horizontals off those two verticals, then you will end up with them not meeting
And that's a lie.
as straight lines and coming together, but actually they'll intersect and then move apart again.
That's
Hump or
inaccurate.
drop. Hump or drop then.
Is that
What are you?
is
Hump
that
or drop?
horizontals intersecting? Is that what you're saying? Because parallels can't intersect. That's the thing about parallels, right?
Bev, I'm on the phone. Are you still got yours? Is it still hanging plumb, your
Yeah.
line?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can broadcast it, can't we? We can actually
Yeah.
broadcast
So you
it
just
to
showed again,
Discord,
Bev.
like we did last
Yeah,
Bev,
time
I
we
just
went there.
The plumb
I
bob's still
repeated your
touching the
argument
water.
back to
Mine
you.
is.
Everyone here heard me repeat my argument back to you and then give you an argument, and your answer was parallel lines will never intersect. Well, if they're on
Yes.
the exact same parallel at the exact same elevation and they're on the same horizontal line, they will intersect, champion.
Horizontals won't intersect.
Not on a globe Earth. You are correct. The Earth is a globe, and we know this due to surveying.
Only on a dogmatic model that you have in your mind.
Nope.
In reality,
I'm not the one doing dogma here because I can adapt to what you're saying, listen to what you're saying, and respond to it with arguments. And there's evidence for my position. Now, please
That's
provide
absolutely
evidence that
false.
the
You're
shortest
just
distance
saying more
between two
lies, bro.
verticals, a straight
Who lets this
line, will
guy
be
just
90
come in here and
degrees
sounds
for
lie?
like
either
baloney.
vertical.
Who lets him come in here and just lie over and over and over, bro? Why?
Why are you talking
That's
about me
the
lying instead
distance
of
we
just
travelled in
addressing
how
my
many
point?
years?
You're lying, bro. I say you're lying
Why don't
because
you
you're
just
lying.
address my point?
Very easy.
Just address my point.
All right. So is it the horizontal that we established of the equal elevation of the plumb lines that's bending, or is it the water that's bending? Which one?
The water will bend, the plumb lines will be straight, and the
So is it?
horizontals
Yeah.
will be straight, 90
If
degrees
it,
off either plumb line, and
So
they'll both
does the
deviate
hump
off
or
the
perpendicular
horizontal that you
bend.
established for each.
One of the perpendiculars bend. Is that?
yeah,
I never
apparently
said that, Bev. Are you stupid or just not listening?
you said they weren't parallel.
What do you mean I said what weren't parallel?
The points of the
Not the
ends. You said they
perpendiculars.
weren't parallel, weren't on the same horizontal.
Are plumb and level perpendicular?
The things at the ends.
Plumb
I
and level
thought
are perpendicular, like vertical and
they are,
horizontal are perpendicular, right?
like the plumb
Only
bobs
for a
we're
single
holding.
point, Bev. They
Yeah, but
don't
so
share the
is it
same level.
dropping from my end to Bev's end, or is there a hump in the middle?
Why are
How
you
does this
asking that?
bend work? Well, because you claimed there was a
Why are you
bend there. I just
asking
trying
that?
to see it. Because we're at the level now. I'm
What
on the
bend?
bridge. He's on the bridge, and there's a water below us, and I'm just looking along it now, trying to see where the bend is. Because I would expect the water to
What bend?
flow
I
if
never
there was
said
a
there was a
bend.
bend.
But no. Well,
Well, you
I
said it's
think
not
I never said there was
horizontal.
a
you've got to
bend.
think of a rumpus pole here, right?
Where's the bend? I never said there
Okay.
was a bend.
There's a
I've never said
It's
there
not
was a bend.
there's a
horizontal.
measured change in elevation on the vertical datum. That's what we're talking about, right?
No longer horizontal.
So no. Both verticals are the same elevation. Repeat that back to me, please, Bev.
No, we're talking about
Why won't
the
you do that? Are you
rumpus
bad faith? You're just
pole
refusing to
in the
engage in the argument?
distance. Hello. You're talking about a
Listening.
measured change in the vertical as a rumpus pole, aren't you?
No. So again,
So
both
they're the
verticals
same
are of equal
elevation.
elevation.
Yeah.
Both verticals. Great. You agree. So we're there. Okay. And then you do
Okay.
90 degrees off both of those verticals
Okay.
going towards each other.
Yep.
Yeah, the water.
Great.
Can I ask
And
you, right? There's one
a
simple
dumb question.
right?
Go ahead. Deflect if you
Dead
want,
simple,
because you
right?
realize I'm actually going down a thought
The
program here, thought tree.
the shortest distance between those 2 points. What would you call that?
I call it a straight line.
But not horizontal.
No, not horizontal.
Okay, so you've got a shorter distance than the distance on a plane, the horizontal.
No. The length of the distance has nothing to do with it being horizontal,
It does.
Bev.
Between those 2 points.
Where? Go on, show me. Show me your reference for that.
Like you said
No,
the
we're not.
shortest distance between those 2 points, right, isn't horizontal, but it is a straight line.
Yes.
So which distance do you call the shorter distance than a horizontal in reality?
I don't understand what the length of the distance has to do with it being horizontal or not. Can you explain that?
Well, it's because for measurement purposes. Because the shortest distance between those 2
that's not an
points,
explanation. That's just
you said
go ahead.
wasn't horizontal. But that would be
So
the measured
your answer is for
change
measurement
in
purposes.
distance,
Your
right?
answer
When you do triangulation.
Your answer to what the shortness of the line has to do with it being horizontal is for measurement purposes. That makes no sense. That's not an answer to the question.
When you would be referencing to your datum.
Do you want to know how I tell you? Do you want to know how I tell if something is horizontal?
No, go on,
As
please
elevation
tell us.
changes.
I would love to hear
Sounds
this.
like it.
Yeah.
It's 90 degrees off plumb. It's 90 degrees off plumb.
Yeah, but you're saying that the shortest distance between those 2 points on those 2 bridges wouldn't be 90 degrees from plumb.
When did I say that? When did I say anything about shortest distance ever? I've only ever done it to ridicule
You said the straight line wasn't
definition of horizontal.
Yeah, you said the horizontal
the
was
straight line
longer
wasn't
than the straight
horizontal.
line.
Oh.
So there is no singular horizontal between those 2 verticals. The horizontal is 90 degrees off each vertical,
distance,
and it isn't on the same plane.
I'm saying, what do you call that distance? Because, like, you do
Distance has
rise
nothing to
over
do with my
run.
argument.
Have you heard of rise over run? It's the thing that we do in reality. Well, the run is a horizontal distance, but you're saying somewhere in your mind, I think, There's a shorter distance than that horizontal distance.
No, Bev,
seems
I've never
really
said there's a
weird to
shorter
me.
distance. So stop lying and fucking gaslighting. Okay?
Have
I've
you
never
heard
said
what you
there's
said? I
a
think
shorter
you might have
distance.
got mixed up. Do you want to do a mulligan? Pretty
Stop-
sure that you said that
stop
there's
lying.
a shorter distance
Stop
than that
lying.
horizontal.
Stop lying, Bev. I never
You
said
say
there was
the
a shorter
straight line
distance.
is curved, though.
No, I never said that either.
Well, you
I
said it
said
wasn't
the ocean was
horizontal
curved.
any longer. It's an elevation change.
No, I never said there was an elevation change. I never said
And it
the
must
straight
be
line
if
was
it's
curved.
not straight
And
and
I never said anything about a shortest line.
You said the water
So you
was
guys
curving
are
too.
having an argument with someone who is not here. My argument is those two verticals of equal elevation, they're 90 degrees off the vertical, so 90 degrees off plumb. They will not be on the same line. They will not be parallel.
Exactly. We heard you say the straight line between them isn't straight anymore, isn't horizontal.
Okay, so
We
what
heard
part
you
of that
say that.
argument had distance in it, and what part of that argument had a curve in it?
We drew a straight line between the two verticals that were perpendicular to the horizontal, and we called that a straight line. But you said it isn't, and it isn't straight.
Yes. No, I never said that. I said it was straight.
So
So
it is
you guys can't even
horizontal
follow
still.
this conversation. You're so wrapped up
So
in
it's still
semantics.
horizontal. Those two points are horizontal, as we
It's not
established.
horizontal.
Still.
It's not horizontal because it's not 90 degrees off plumb of either end.
So it's not. Yeah. So it's sloping, or what? If it's not horizontal, it's sloping. Or?
I drew the picture. So what had happened is if you did 90 degrees off and they were going towards each other, then they both go up they
There's an elevation
intersect
change on those.
above the straight line between the 2 points.
But there's an elevation change.
No, there's no elevation change. Why do you keep saying that? Where's the elevation change? Take my picture, download it, and draw on it.
Because from the horizontal, if it's linear, if the verticals are supposedly diverging at the end, then it's making that horizontal curved.
So there's no one line between the two verticals. It's two different horizontals.
From A to B is a
Because you're getting the
straight line.
horizontals from a point each.
We've got
They are
that.
two straight lines that aren't parallel, okay? So there's no one line that curves. There's no one line that has to drop or raise an elevation. No elevation changes. It's just if you do 90 degrees off the vertical, then they will be above the parallel.
Hey, Dogs, when did you take these measurements? When did you do it? You know this to be... You keep saying this is what it is, but when did you do the measurements?
It's on the parallel spherical excess is calculated by the difference.
Dogs. I don't think you're getting the question. Hold on. Maybe you didn't hear me. Hold on. Maybe you didn't hear me. Hey, Dogs, when did you
I heard you. I'm just choosing to dismiss it.
Hold on.
I'm
Let
choosing
me
to
finish.
dismiss it. I'm choosing to dismiss it because it's a ridiculous question.
Hey, let me finish. When did you set up two theodolites to take... When did you set up two theodolites to take these measurements? When did you do that?
I haven't done that, but there are other people that have done that. Okay,
Enough said, bro.
There are other people who have done that.
So all you're doing...
There are other people who have done that.
Okay,
I'm going to keep repeating this until you address it. Okay,
it's been fun.
Dogs. Okay, Dogs. With that being said,
see you later.
You're saying other people... Okay, yeah, take these back.
So let me give you a hypothetical. I want you to imagine a 6-mile long stretch of water. This water is straight and level and does not flow.
Advanced simplicity takes hold. You'll find the truth from things of old.
So let me give you a hypothetical. I want you to imagine a 6-mile long straight stretch of water. At each end of this straight stretch of water is a bridge. Point A, so you've got 2 bridges. Point B. This water is straight and level and does not flow. At each end of this water is a bridge. Point A, point B. At each bridge, there is a plumb bob hanging down to the water.
We are on the road.
Even altitude.
Suspending judgment until the truth is known. You will find.
Let me give you a hypothetical.
In the midst of all these troubled souls.
Now, on these vertical strings, can you imagine an even altitude? A point at an equal height above the surface of the water below.
Advanced simplicity takes hold.
An even
You
altitude.
find the truth from things of old.
And on these vertical strings, can you imagine 2 points? So let me give you a hypothetical. Can you imagine point A and even altitude at these points and point B? And on these vertical strings, we can establish a perpendicular and even altitude and call one point A and the other point B. 2 points. Point A, point B, even altitude.
We are on the road,
2 points.
suspending judgment until the truth is known.
Point A,
You will find peace within,
point B.
in the midst of all these troubled souls.
The point at an equal height above the surface of the water below. Point A, point B. Point A, even altitude. Point B.
There's no end game in mind.
Is the shortest distance between those 2 points?
It's only the truth that we seek to find.
We know the shortest distance
There's no end game in mind.
between 2 points is a straight
It's
line.
only the truth that we seek to find.
Now, here's the question I'm asking myself. How can the distance between these 2 points be anything other than horizontal? Horizontal. Horizontal.
Everyone must see it for
Horizontal.
themselves. The truth
2
is there
points.
for you to find.
And then think about, ask yourself, and the water. Oh, fuck that up.